Hello, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate. We're doing another solo run, and this one's going to be the proper one. Because, you know, Drow Ranger, she wasn't very impressive. Not that I thought, I had it in my head, you know, thinking arch characters be, you know, good. But no, we're playing the best class you can play as in Baldur's Gate. So I'm just going to roll my stats here, playing as Barbarian, and then later on going into the Mage. I will speed it up here, fast forward, because, you know, you don't really want to see me rolling consecutively for like 20 minutes. I know I wouldn't if I was doing that, so yeah, just fast forward all the way through, and then we'll get to the stats that we like. The only issue I had with these stats was the case of, like, the strength number. I mean, I had some really good attributes, but it was the strength that put me off, because it was subpar mediocre. However, that being said, it's not actually like a problem because we get the strength tome, so we'll have 19 strength by the end of the game anyway. I just thought I'd have a bit of issues unlocking stuff, but you know what, it doesn't matter. Anyway, as our Barbarian Mage, we are going to be playing with quarterstaffs. So the idea of that is getting the Staff of Rind, which later on in the game, and then when we go into Baldur's Gate 2, you know, we're going to have a pretty decent staff in that as well. Probably in the form of Staff of the Ram. I think that's the best staff you can get in that game. It's a +5, I believe, when you get to throw the ball. No idea. It's been a long time. You'll notice as well at the start of the game I make a couple of mistakes, a few things here and there. Only because it's been a while since I played this last. It's probably been about 2 weeks. Because I've been binging Divinity 2. I've never played the game before until a few days ago, and well, last week, and oh my god, I'm in love with that game. It's absolutely incredible. To the point where Pathfinder's just nothing to it. I've completely dropped playing Pathfinder, which I need to get back into at some point. I've got the videos already recorded, I just need to start recording the rest of it. But yeah, it's a bit difficult because I'm just loving Divinity. I think as well I'm loving it more because I'm not playing through it, whereas playing through Pathfinder it was like, oh, kind of had that thing in my head. Either way, let's get into it.
Yes.
We're at Candlekeep. With just, you know, any tips for any of those people who've just started out on Baldur's Gate. If you do want to play a character, you know, play with a party, don't play solo. But also go clockwise around Candlekeep, because that way you can sort everything out. I did make a mistake here. Please buy bolts from the innkeeper. I know, I realised as soon as I got into the guards barracks, I completely forgot to do that. I just bypassed it. Don't really have to do that stuff. I mean, you can if you want the extra 5 gold, whatever. To be fair, I only really do it for the experience because min-maxing, but again, you don't really need to do it at all by any means necessary. But yeah, if you are new to Baldur's Gate, I would recommend not watching this. If you're new to Baldur's Gate as wanting to play a solo character, then by all means, go for it. I'm playing in 60 frames per second, so that's where the gameplay is faster.
Yes.
So that's why if people are getting confused as to why character movement is quicker and stuff like that, that's why I prefer it this way. The only issue is cutscenes don't always work because it's faster than what the cutscenes are actually set to is 30 frames. Either way, I just prefer it like this, just because it's faster gameplay, faster you know, mechanics, I guess, as well. And it's more interesting for you guys instead of, you know, this 30-minute video would be an hour video.
Our rules,
you know, it's kind of like, that's how I look at it anyway. And most games nowadays, 60 frames per second. So yeah, what we're doing, we picked up that sword and poison bottle, and now we're just coming in here, we're just going to steal what's in the box, in the chest, if these monks and people get out of the way, which they don't. It takes a while. I think it's the longest I've ever waited to steal something from this chest. Normally I get it done straight away and I'm out. But yeah, obviously, if you guys are coming back to Baldur's Gate because of Baldur's Gate 3, then fantastic. I will be doing Baldur's Gate 3 when it comes out eventually. The only reason I'm putting this on YouTube is because I'm in love with Baldur's Gate 3. mind you, I'm also in love with Divinity. Because of Baldur's Gate 3, I played Divinity. Because the people who made it are making Baldur's Gate. And yeah, tell you what, I'm so excited. More excited than I was because of how good Divinity is. But yeah, I will explain obviously my thought process for my character for those of you who are wondering. As I said, I play for like a little bit of like a min-maxy sort of style, not quite speed run, but very like min-max, and that's because I like to get strong. I like playing the game when you're powerful. It's more interesting that way, to me anyway. But yeah, no, basically what we do is I break it down to like 3 different segments. It's like in my head I'm thinking, do I need gold? Nope. Do I need experience? Yep. Cool, get experience. Do I need to get gold and experience? Yep. Do I need items? You know, just break it down into those 3 points. And you'll notice as I go through the game, I get gold really quickly, really easily, and then I start to focus on getting experience. So basically within the first, I think, 20 minutes of the game, I've already got all the gold I pretty much need for the first, I know, half of the game. And then I get, you know, decent items, and then eventually I get, you know, the items I really need, which is the Staff of Ruin and the Cloak of Displacement. Those are the 2 main items if you're playing as a quarterstaff wielding maniac. But yeah, Cloak of Displacement's decent. Obviously, Pause the Cheater boost speed. You don't get that until later on in the game. But that will be obviously one of our key items. But yeah, mainly it's just a case of getting the +3 staff. I think, yeah, it's +3. So just to have a better time of hitting. And obviously, with me speed leveling up, so I do all of like the little mini side quests and stuff, get as much experience as possible. It's just to get those extra points, prerequisite points into quarterstaff, so I can get to master as soon as possible, and eventually, hopefully, get to grandmaster. I think that's at level 8, I believe. No idea. So here we are with Imowen. Obviously, it's a solo run, so we won't be taking her, so we will be booting her from the party. But before that, we're going to be nicking all of her stuff. Yeah, literally robbing her blind. Taking everything but the clothes on her back and her bow. At least she can defend herself. But, you know, it wouldn't be in the spirit of a solo run if we had Imowen tag along the whole way, would it? No. So, basically, this is where this game actually starts, pretty much. We've done the tutorial section. Now we're actually getting into playing it properly. So, just heading upwards, back to where Gorion was brutally murdered. And, yeah. Just going to rob him blind as well. Is it ethical to, you know, take stuff off of the corpse of your dead foster father? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, he was there all your life, I guess. You can always take his belt. I don't know. Either way, the belt's useless, but it's good for selling money. If you like min-maxing, do it. This wolf is normally brutal, but because I'm playing a barbarian, I get an extra 15 hit points from rage, and the rest of the stuff that rage does a lot of things. But yeah, makes me feel like a beast. If I was playing any other character, I'd get one shot, as you saw if you've watched my other videos. That wolf is just ridiculous. But we get our revenge on the wolves of the world later on anyway. Now here as well, I was actually about to move on forth, but then I realised that I've still got a couple of things to do. One of those things is talking to Zar and Monteron and robbing them blind, and then also picking up the hidden item that's on this map section, which is the diamond in the tree. Basically, again, just to get some extra money. You know, breaking it, they basically break every run down into 3 sections of a solo run. Money, XP, items. If you're not getting money, if you don't need money, then you need XP. If you don't need XP, then you need items. That's the way I see it. Money is like the be all and end all of Baldur's Gate, but as soon as you hit like 20,000 plus, to be fair 40,000 as well later on, but 20,000 plus at this point, you're set. You're set up until you get into the actual city of Baldur's Gate, because you don't need that much money. you don't. Money is not as important in this game as it is in the second game. So if I don't need the money, then I go off and I start doing all these little mini side quests, just to get as much XP as possible. And you'll see all of the little side quests I do, and also you'll see all the little items I pick up. So one of the things is, it's on the way to Friendly Armin. In this little boulder here, I pick up, it's the Ring of Princes. It's a +1 ring. Probably the best armour in Baldur's Gate is wearing the full steel plate armour, full plate mail, which is, I think, the best non-enchanted armour, but then with the rings on top, it becomes the best armour ever that you can get in this game. So with the Guard's ring, which is the +2 ring, that makes it the best, because obviously you get a +2 armour rating, so it has the highest AC, but also because you get +2 to all saving throws. So no, and as far as I'm aware, no other armour does that, so it's actually really useful. But yes, and then just carrying on, I picked up the Ring of Arcana, or the Ring of Acuity, or whatever it's called. Basically, that little ring goes for a lot of money. It's really useful if you're a mage, which we are not yet. We will be going into a mage, but probably not in this game. Probably in Baldur's Gate 2. When we get, because you could play a barbarian mage two ways, of going from leveling up to level 9,
yes,
and then going from level 9 barb into mage, or you can go into level 13 barbarian and then go into mage that way. I think 13 barbarian and then mage is the best way of playing it, but obviously it's tedious, hard, annoying, but you know, that's the fun of it all. But then if you know a couple of tips like I do, it's easy.
Calm yourself, dear.
All this talking and everything is making me want to have a drink. So, like with every video, when I do a talk through, get yourself a cup of tea. Oh, I do love a good bit of, I think it's, I don't know, Tetley. I don't know. Tetley tea. It's not bad, but it's not the best. Best tea is probably Yorkshire. I know, to me, it tastes better. Anyway, so yeah, here we meet Jaheira and Khalid. And you probably guessed it right, we've robbed them blind. Take all of their stuff. Gets me better armour and a helmet. So I have immunity to critical hits now. Yes. I don't really see the point of that, to be honest, because it makes the game a little bit too easy. Maybe I should make a playthrough where I have to play Kensai Mage, because that would add a bit of skill factor to the game, I guess. But yeah, so we've got the money, because you saw me sell everything I had. I think about 10,000 gold, I don't know, possibly. So basically, we've got our money now, and all we've got to do is get the experience. So coming out, as I do with every playthrough, I come out of Friendly Armin, go up to the north section, and start killing all the hobgoblins. They give you about 35 XP, but that's not the reason as to why we're doing it, because one of them, this guy here, he drops a ring, and that ring is Jonah's fire dance ring, and then you hand it in for a quest, and you know, Bob's your uncle, you get 300 XP. Decent. The only thing is, playing throughout a lot of this game, to be honest, I roll really badly. I don't know if it's just my luck, but I seem to have a lot of bad luck playing through this character. I.e., dying when I shouldn't have died to characters. Like, basically, later on, I fight an Enkeg, he's one hit away from dying, and then suddenly, I just get wrecked. It's like, oh great, he hits every single time and I miss every single one of my attacks after hitting like 4 or 5 times in a row, and it's like really, it's just rage inducing. But yeah,
yes,
just handed in the ring, got the experience. So experience is quite important, especially for a solo level character, because the idea of playing as a solo run, if you've never done it before, is to get as powerful as you can, as quickly as you can, as soon as you can. Same with items, getting as best items possible, and obviously money gets you those items, which is why I prioritise getting as much money as you can as soon as possible, which means I sell the Ring of Acuity and sell a couple of other things as well, like all of the crap that you find at Candlekeep and on the way there. But you know, the game's not hard if you're playing with a party. The game's not really that hard if you're playing as a solo character. In fact, I'd say it's a lot easier than playing with a party, just because the benefits of playing solo, you don't have to think too much about playing, like about tactics, or you just don't have to think too much about playing. Like, especially as a barbarian, it's just point and click, and then rage. In the almighty words of Grog, rage. But yeah, it's very simple, very basic, especially in Baldur's Gate 1. But Baldur's Gate 2, when you get up to a mage, it's so much more fun. Becoming a mage, magic in Baldur's Gate, as I've said before, is just the most rewarding thing ever. That's probably why I like Divinity, actually, because that game, using magic in that game is rewarding. Makes you feel really powerful, unlike Skyrim. Yeah, we won't talk about that, but it's still kind of one of my favourite games. Doesn't matter. But yeah, so now we got to Beregost. Now, another tip to all of you people out there: talk to this guy correctly, and you get 900 experience, which is really good. I think you just have to do options 1, and then option 1, option 3, and then option 1. And then you get 900 experience. If not, just follow the video. I'm probably just talking rubbish. But yeah, you get 900 XP. That's a lot of XP, especially for a level 1 character. Helps you get, you know, get that extra boost. And it also takes no time at all. Also, when you're speaking to that merchant, pick up the book, because when you go and speak to this guy, you hand him the book because it's part of the quest. And you get more experience, and you also get a scroll case. The reason why we do that is for the scroll case, but also the experience. Because for me, as a person, I don't know obviously if you guys are any different, I'm very OCD about inventory stuff. I mean, the most satisfying thing was me playing Divinity and having the auto sort feature. I wish every game had that, because you'll find that when I'm playing Baldur's Gate, I sort through my inventory quite a lot, and I organise it. So I like having organised inventories, just the way I am, unfortunately. But yes, we also come into this inn, and upstairs, if you go upstairs, you break into the little chest thingy bob. You pick up this mace called the Stupefier. It used to be really, really powerful. It used to be, I think, the most powerful mace in the game because of its stun feature. Then it got nerfed.
With caution. With caution.
But yeah, we just identify it and sell it. A little bit more money. We've got a decent sized purse now.
With caution.
So it's just a case of getting a bit more experience. So you notice I'm touching all of these walls. It's just so I can unlock the places to fast travel to and fast travel from. Basically it comes in handy instead of me just having to run around like a headless chicken the entirety of the game. Just speeds up things a lot more. I did forget to do that at the friendly arm inn. Go and touch the north wall, completely forgot to do that. Which, you know, I should have done, because I was right there, I was literally right next to it. But I forgot, as you do. As I said, I haven't played this game in like a couple of weeks. So I've forgotten quite a lot of things because my head's just been constantly filled with Divinity. And just doing all of the min-max and stuff in that. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I play a game, I love min-maxing. I just like feeling powerful. Also, when you come into this area, I don't advise you to attack these Ogrillions, or whatever they're called. These things, half ogre, half men. They will destroy you. They are party killers. Even if they're playing as a party, they will wreck you. Fortunately, I got lucky, I guess. I was able to kill them quite easily. But you want to pick up that letter because that lets her, again, part of a side quest, gets you quite a lot of experience, and also gets you a ring, which is the Ring of Princes, which we've already got, but you can sell it, and you get a bit of, you know, a fair bit of money from it. So it's really decent. Obviously, I wasn't going to fight those knights because they will destroy me. They would have given me good loot, but I don't need the stuff that they've got, because they would have given me a plate armor, which is brilliant. But where I'm going at the moment is to get the second best heavy armor in the game. Second best heavy armor for me,
with your hurried flight
as a ring wearer, I guess, a ring bearer, because obviously I'm not going to be wearing enchanted items, and full plate's the best. So the second best is the Ankeg heavy plate armor, which you'll find it actually in Nashkel. It's actually southwest corner, I believe. That's where I'm heading now, and it's hitting in the farmlands bit. But yeah, that armor's really strong, especially if you are, you know, playing in a party. It takes 2 seconds to get it. Pick it up, give it to Minsk. You know, it's decent. And obviously, it's just free armor, and the armor's decent, as I said. Also, talking to Nuba, yep, he's a funny character. If you force dialogue with him, instead of just waiting around, you will just eventually burn through all of his talking cues, and to the point where he will just leave. But also, you get a bit of experience from it, so it's brilliant. You know, every little helps, as Asda says. If you're not from England and you don't know who Asda is, apologies, it's a supermarket. Basically English equivalent of a Walmart. But yeah, and their slogan is every little helps. And then you slap your bum twice.
Your clothes
yeah.
are absolutely dreadful.
Weird, I know. But yes, we're now going off into the carnival section, purely for the fact that one of the best items in the game is here, from this merchant. And it's the Amulet of Cheese. That's the genuine name for it, is the Amulet of Cheese.
Yes.
Because with this amulet you can just cheese through the entirety of the game. You don't even need to do anything, you can literally just throw fireballs at people when they die, while you do nothing. So it's very vital for a new player, for a very early start character, to get hold of this item, because it's just infinite fireballs. And when I say infinite, it is, because if you sell the amulet back to a merchant and then buy it again, it's got all of its charges. And I think it's like 20 odd charges, something like that. So it's very useful, and you can just spam it. That's why it's so cheesy, because it's such a good item. And it's relatively cheap for me, because the way I'm playing through this game is I'm going to have so much money, I don't know what to do with it half the time. But that's the fun part about playing a solo character. You've only got to worry about one character, and most of your items, you know, are given to you. I.e. not buying the full plate mail, but you get given it by killing one of the bandits. I can't remember what his name is, he's one of the named bandits. Kill him, and you get the best armor in the game. And then, later on in the game, you get Boys and Cheetah, you don't have to buy them. It's just a case of not having to spend a lot of money on gear, because half of that you just find. The only two things I do buy is the staff and the cloak, that's it. But the things I do buy a lot is scrolls, the ones that I can use, and also buying potions. Potions in Baldur's Gate, the first one at least, is the god tier. You basically become immortal if you drink enough regeneration potions, because you can stack them. You can become immune to magic using scrolls or potions. Basically, potions just can turn the tide of any fight, and especially if you're facing off boss battles, use them. They're that good. They're really strong. And yeah, just sometimes with certain potions, be careful in the way you drink them, because there's a certain blue potion which will ruin everything you've drunk if you drink it last. But if you drink it first, you're golden, you're fine. So just carrying on with my min-maxing path. So I have a very set route in my mind of how I do things in this game. first thing I do is pick up the amulet, or Ankeg armor obviously, you know, then get the amulet of fireball cheese, and then I come to High Henge, mainly because obviously I want to pick up the potion case. I think it's the only merchant that's not in Baldur's Gate that sells it, so go there, pick it up, saves your inventory space as well, which is always good.
Yes.
But also because these gnolls, one of these gnolls drops a short sword. It's known as Perdu's short sword. Pick it up because it's part of a side quest, and as I said, experience. So we're going off to Philantia, pick up the potion case, but also sell a lot of, you know, the random crap we picked up along the way. Basically just to get a bit of money. And as you can see, we about 8k here, but afterwards, you know, we get a lot of money. I think by the end of the recording I've got about 30,000, possibly. Not the end of this part 1, but the end of the actual recording session. We have a fair bit of money. Obviously, when you're coming out of Philantia's castle, you want to kill the skeleton and pick up its skull, because again, part of the side quest involving Philantia. And then you go to the south, so south of High Henge, you want to go there. But first I realised I completely forgot to do one of my level up sort of things in Beregost, which you talk to Garrick. And you know what, obviously, if anyone's played Baldur's Gate as a party and they've got Garrick in their team, you know, you're doing it, you do his mission. And then, because I'm playing as a kind of like a neutrally good sort of character, I obviously say no. From a min-max perspective, it's because I want her staff. So Silky, you kill her, you get a staff, and you get a nice potion of defense out of it as well, and also some money. You know, it's decent, and that +1 staff is useful for pretty much, I'd say a good 20 to 30 minutes for me playing, because then I go and get the staff written. But it's there to use while I have it. And +1 better than a normal quarterstaff. So it's a no-brainer, and then I can sell it afterwards, get a bit of money out of it.
Salutations.
And then I turn in, so from the half ogre, half human thingy people, they drop that note, go to this house, and you can turn in that note to get a bit of experience and the Ring of Princes. And then Perdu's short sword, you go into the inn where Silky was standing outside of. I thought it was the inn was south of Beregost. I keep thinking that, but it's not. It's this inn that Silky stands outside the front of, and you go in there, you hand it in to him, and you get like 50 gold, but which is nothing. That's like, you know, the price of my left shoe in this game. But yeah, you go in, and it's just a free experience. It's easy, and that's what the whole game should be like. It's just you play it in real life as well. You kind of want to achieve all the side quests. Obviously, if you come into this inn, you do get attacked straight away by this dwarf. To be fair, in my head I was like, I cannot be asked to chase him, so I just blast him with magic missiles. And if you're asking how can I cast that, it's the one I've got. It's equipped on my hotbar. Obviously, this game came out, what, 20 years ago, so you guys probably know what you're doing. You guys know how to play this game. But if you're looking to make the most powerful godlike character in Baldur's Gate completely, then this is the video to watch. We are playing through from the first game, and then eventually moving on into Dragonspear, and then moving on from Dragonspear into Baldur's Gate 2 and Throne of Baal. And in a way, I'm glad I kind of had fighters from Baldur's Gate, because it makes me want to get back into it and play it properly, and play it well. Obviously, with here coming into the Spider's Den bit, I thought I was strong enough. I was, but I also kite them through this door. So what you want to do is you don't want to run to the door straight away. You want to start and wait until the spiders sort of move a little bit towards you. So what I always do is I click to the left side of the room, so the spiders sort of AI path over to that direction, and then move to the door, and then kill them single file. It's a trick learnt from playing like various different games, Skyrim, Oblivion, Icewind Dale, which I actually really want to do a playthrough on this channel. So maybe after playing Baldur's Gate, all of this, we'll do that. Right. Hello, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate, part 2 of my Berserker Mage. Yep,
Yes.
got it wrong completely in the first episode. It's not Barbarian Mage, it's Berserker Mage. But, you know, I'm an absolute retard and pretty much dyslexic, so yep, please forgive me. It's definitely Berserker Mage. Yep, you can even tell in the first episode I chose the Berserker thing. Anyway, what I'm doing now, I just need a bit more money because buying that amulet set me back a little bit. So just selling all the stuff I got. But, you know, that ring that we got from that lady from handing in the quest, it was decent. We've still got a lot of stuff to hand in, so the reason I've come back to Friendly Armin, go to the top floor after killing the spiders in Baragost. Make sure you pick up the spider corpse, the bottle of wine, and the worn out boots, and talk to this guy over and over and over again, and you get a lot of experience, and you get, you know, some extra stuff, but that's not really important. What's important is the experience.
Carefully.
And as you can see, I leveled up.
With caution.
Obviously, I failed to mention that throughout this game, I am only going to be using quarterstaffs, nothing else. And the reason for that is when you get to Baldur's Gate 2, using magic, stuff like time stop, obviously my plan is to use the simulacrum spell, or whatever, the spell that basically allows you, upon seeing an enemy, or upon some certain condition happening, you activate 3 spells at once, and that would be like Tensor's Transformation, and then Improved Haste, and a couple of others, well, one other extra spell, and then basically casting time stop, and then me just going to absolute town and hammering in on people. It basically makes it pretty impossible to kill. So you can basically, as this character, just be an insane melee character, or you could be an absolutely insane magic dealer. So like dragons go down in pretty much one hit. If you fight in drow, who are obviously resistant to magic, you kill them with your staff. That's just what I went for, and obviously you get some pretty cool staffs in Baldur's Gate 2. So the staff of the ram, and then you can upgrade it. Because you can actually get the staff of the ram in Baldur's Gate 2, not Throne of Baal, because you can actually do Watcher's Keep before going into Throne of Baal, which is what I will be doing, or planning to do, just because I want to get as beefy and strong as possible before doing and going through that. But yeah, so obviously getting back to the game, what we've done, come south of High Henge to pick up Melicamp. He is, so the reason why we pick up that skull is for the quest that involves Melicamp, and then we come down a little bit just to kill these orcs, because one of them drops this really cool sword. Obviously it's a short sword, we're not going to be using it, but it sells for a little bit of money, and then I get a bit lazy here and I cannot be asked to chase down these orcs, these ogres, or whatever they are, hobgoblins, so I just blast them with a magic wand. Yeah. The amulet I'm using, it is really good, and I recommend you use it for every character you play as. So if you're playing a game where you've not got any spellcasters in, or you don't really plan on having spellcasters in your party for some reason, in all fairness, in Baldur's Gate 1, spellcasters aren't the best, in all fairness. Bowman users, bow users, whatever, they're really good. So to be fair, you just sell the Ring of Wizardry, pick up that amulet. Super easy, super good. And then you see why it's so good here, because this guy, he's obviously surrounded by zombies and skeletons, and I just spam the amulet, and eventually he dies, and yeah, I can turn in the quest, because again, there's a quest involved in this guy. The reason why I'm doing this is to get the experience, and you get a hefty amount of experience, and you get a really nice reward, basically it's 5,000 gold, and I think about 1,000 experience, which probably one of the best quests to do. I would definitely recommend doing it, even if you have a party character playing through as a party run. Definitely do it, because especially in a party, money helps. I do drop the gauntlets there just because the gauntlets are cursed. Yeah, don't pick them up. It's just not worth it. They get sold for like 1 gold, and you spend 100 gold identifying them if you're not a mage. There's just no point. Just don't pick them up. I know it's metagamey, but yeah. When I first played this game, I equipped them, and I realised, oh, they're cursed.
Yes.
And I couldn't take them off. I think cursed items in Baldur's Gate 1 are a lot worse than in Baldur's Gate 2, because I don't think there is actually a lot of cursed items. Or just, I don't know, I never really saw any when I played. Anyway, so yeah, you go to the temple just outside Beragos to hand in that quest. Make sure you pick up that guy's symbol, and then I come back to Highhenge to finish off doing the Melicamp stuff. I get really unlucky here. Make sure whenever you are doing the Melicamp mission, always save before, you know, just always save, because there is a chance that he dies. I get super unlucky. Yeah, you'll see what happens in a second. In the meantime, I've got, you know, fight that annoying creature thing. They are actually quite scary, to be honest. They have a high hit rate, and yeah. Anyway, talk to Phalantia, tell him that we got this talking chicken, because it's weird. You know, it's like just a talking chicken. Tell him that the talking chicken was once his apprentice, and offer to help. Obviously, we've already got the stuff that we need to help, because we picked up that skull earlier. Does it. Revives him, and he dies. Yep. I reload the save. Do it all over again. And guess what? Yeah, he dies. Yeah. Again, really unlucky. And then, you know, third time's a charm. You know, definitely got to work this time. No, doesn't work. He dies. Yeah, I got super unlucky. I was just like, as playing it, watching it, it's like, really? Normally this happens like first time. There's definitely a higher percentage chance that he lives than he dies, and I just got super unlucky. I think it's like, every time I've played it, I think it's literally about 70 to 30% chance that he lives. Just from personal experience.
Yes.
Anyway, we sorted that out, got the 2000 experience, and yeah, we're pretty much getting to the point now where we're a little bit more stacked. And yeah, we've got a fair few levels under the belt. Obviously, I haven't got all of the equipment I'm happy with yet, which I will be doing later on.
Carefully.
Actually, I think in this episode I will be doing, possibly, I don't know. Basically, yeah, here just selling all of the crap that I don't need. I still need to pick up the gem bag, which I think I actually do now. Basically, I go up, help Nira, get her into the party, boot her. Oh, but first I need to go and...
Be on guard.
I can't remember if I handed in the sword for Purdue. Can't remember.
You want some whiskey?
I'm just resting up here. No, I must have handed in the sword for Purdue previously. Yeah, I do get the gem bag. Yeah. So here's Nira. Reason I purposely avoided that because you get kind of forced into a fight. And the fight is quite hard, especially on your own. But I'm strong enough now that I can easily deal with them on my own. So I offer help. I'm only doing this for the gem bag, just because in case there is anything that basically gold everything. Gem bag's normally useless. Like half the time I don't even bother getting it, and half the time I don't even bother picking up gems at all, unless they're like emeralds or diamonds, because they're the only things that are actually worth picking up, because they're the expensive ones. Obviously see him just turn into absolute goo. Exploded. I love that about Baldur's Gate. Just you get the lucky critical hit and then boom, they just turn into mush. And I just take her and boot her from the party. She's not happy about it, obviously, because if you've ever played with Nira before,
After all we've been through?
she's a bit interesting.
I had the wrong idea about
Probably
our
the easiest, nicest way of putting it.
When you're
And
ready to
now I've
apologize,
finally got my
you can
gem
find me
bag,
at the Friendly
which means
Arm
more inventory space, which means I have more sanity now, because I love organised inventories. did get a little bit hurt by that fight, so I think I'm just going to go and heal up again, rest. I like, actually, to be fair, I prefer being in the day, just because I can see better. I don't know, I think I had my curtains open so I could barely see anything at the time. But yeah, it's been very hot, very, very sunny at the moment, so yeah. Here is where I start to like actually go and get the items that will see me through to the end of the game. So coming up here, obviously there's a quest here, pick the quest up. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll have to do that for you. And the second part, there's another quest involving in this area, which is going into this like ankeg cave. These ankegs, when I came in here, I was worried. I was like, oh god, they're going to absolutely wreck me and destroy me. No, to be fair, that first ankeg wasn't that bad. You know, it was easy. And then the second ankeg, which is, you know, green Mage up here, I thought again, it won't be too hard. No, it genuinely, to be fair, you didn't really actually do anything. You just stood there like a lemon. But, yeah, I was confident with my abilities after the first two ankegs, and then it got to this guy. I think I got, like, literally the short end of the stick. I was doing really well. I was like about 1 hit away from killing him, and then suddenly he just went Super Saiyan on me. Like, he just hit every single attack, and I died. That is the worst feeling. I think that's the first time I've died as well in this game, in this playthrough. It's the worst feeling. And then my luck just goes downhill from here. Like, I just start getting hit by all of the ankegs. I just stop hitting them. Like, my hit rate, I think I start rolling like 2s constantly. And it kind of just gets me to the point where I just quick save after every single kill. Yeah, it was annoying having to just reload. If I was playing like a solo run with like no deaths and stuff like that, that would have been it. Just no point really. I don't know, but yeah. And then I rest, and then another ankeg attacks me, and I'm like, oh crap, this is it, this is where I die. So I run, and yeah, I rest finally. I think I just end up quick saving it. I save, rest, scum it, I think. For all of you who didn't know, there is a reason why I chose this voice for my character, because the voice that my character is actually using is none other than the voice actor who played John Arenicus.
Secrets lie buried beneath the ground.
There you go. It's a little voice cue. It's such a good voice. I love John Arenicus. He's one of the coolest villains ever. And yeah, it gets to the point now where I'm fighting this ankeg. I thought this guy's like the boss ankeg of the caverns, so I just rage. Yeah, just rage. In the words of Grog, if you've ever watched Critical Role, just rage. And yeah, and then pick up the dead body that was in the little cubby hole thing. Pick that up. Now I think, because I've still got my rage activated, I'm like, oh yeah, let's go and hunt down another ankeg. Then it doesn't activate, so I'm like, no, let's get out of here. So I escape, I run away, and then I go over to the bit to hand in the quest for the dead body. But before that, I get attacked by another green man bug thing. So end up just making short work of him, getting hit a few times in the process, because yeah, they are scary, but they do offer you a lot of experience. And obviously, if you ever do, play with a party, just come in there and just start, like, kill the ankegs, rest. Obviously, sometimes when you rest to get attacked, kill them, keep doing that over and over again. You get a lot of experience from it, and eventually party just be max level. Brilliant. So this guy, the farmer, you hand in the dead body. Talk to him again after you handed in the dead body. Give him an extra 100 gold, and you get a lot of experience for it. 1,000 experience, super easy. And a lot of people I watch play this don't do that. I've watched a couple of players, they just hand in the body and that's it. And I'm like, oh, Well, you know, if you talk to him again and you give him 100 gold, you get 1000 XP. Yeah, I do like watching Baldur's Gate playthroughs, especially because it means I learn stuff about the game. You know, there's always stuff that's new to me, and I do actually want to get to the point where I'm good at the game, where I can actually do solo no death runs.
Yes.
Because that'd be quite fun, especially like if I was to do it in insane mode or Legacy of Baal, you know, something like that. I feel like that'd be pretty fun. It'd be aggravating because I'd have to play as like a coward half the time. Anyway, I'd come up here, talk to this Umberlee priest. This is the lady that's part of the quest that involves the 3 people. So I just kill her. That's normal. I can't remember if I actually hand in this quest, which is actually really bad because I completely forget to hand in the quest. We'll see if we'll find out if I actually do hand it in or not. But no, just kill her. Take her braces. Those braces are useless, but thankfully those braces do remind me to pick up the Legacy of the Masters, or Legacy of the Master, whatever it's called. The gauntlets that give you +1 to attack and +1 to damage, which you find over in Firewine Bridge, which I do eventually go to. You don't have to go to that one because you do pick up the gauntlets throughout the main story mission anyway, but I pick them up anyway just because, you know, 1, I can sell the spare pair, and 2, because I'm more powerful quicker, I guess.
Hergen would speak at you, so listen up a moment.
So, come to this place, you talk to this trader, and he pretty much sells the best staff in the game, and also sells one of the best cloaks, Cloak of Displacement and the Staff of Rin. Oh no, not Staff of Rin, sorry, Aule's staff. I keep thinking Staff of Rin, that's Baldur's Gate 2, I believe. I keep thinking of that. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 2 recently as well.
Yes.
But yeah. So Aule's staff and the staff of and the Cloak of Displacement, and those are going to be the items that basically last us until the end of the game. Now I start to go to Nashkel Mines, start doing some extra stuff around here. Basically, if you go to the western part, you get the Staff of Frost that's hidden in the tree stump. And then if you go to the south part, you speak to Prism, Prism, whatever his name is. You help him out, and yeah, basically what we're doing now is we got the items that we have until endgame. Not all of them, but most of them. And it's just a case of just doing this, you know, side quests here and there, and picking up XP along the way. To be fair, if I played the game normally now, I would be max level by the end of the game, but I kind of want to be max level by the time I get to Candlekeep. That's my aim, is to get to that point, is to be max level at Candlekeep. Also, to have all of the stuff that I need, like all of the tomes up until the Candlekeep point. So so I will be going to Durlag's Tower. Obviously I won't be able to do it, I don't think. I'd have to check on doing Durlag's Tower to see if I can solo it, because I am not a thief character, so I do not have access to disarming traps, and I do not have access to opening locks. But I may be able to do it, possibly. I'll test it, and maybe do it as like a separate, you know, Easter egg bonus footage, as like just do 1 hour of me just going through Durlag's Tower, whatever. See if I can do it. If I do it, I'll upload it. If I can't, no sweat, I won't upload it. But yeah, obviously you pick up those emeralds after killing Grey Wolf as well. You net yourself the best longsword in the game, pretty much, I think, or one of the best, and 2 emeralds. You speak to this guy, Ublek, and yeah, he will say, oh yeah, you're Grey Wolf, aren't you? Here's your gold. Say no, because I am a good guy. Get the extra reputation point, which means all items are cheaper. The higher reputation you are, the cheaper your items are as well.
With caution.
And then hand in the emeralds. I could have sold the emeralds, but I chose not to because I don't need money, because I'm stacked. So I basically just get the experience from it, which is basically the whole motto of the playthrough anyway, is just getting XP. We've got the items. Now, at this point, gold is just going to be used on potions and scrolls, and that's it, really. If there is anything else along the way that I need, I will pick it up, but probably isn't. Because the boots we'll be using is Horse and Cheetah. The gauntlets we'll be using is Legs of the Master, which we just get. We get the full plate mail armor from killing the bandit, so got the armor, and then you get given the guards plus the guards ring, the +2 protection ring, and then we probably for a second ring using like Batista's rapport or something like that, just because fire resistance. I don't know. It's just yeah. I just always wear that ring. I don't think there is. There probably is a lot of better rings out there, but I'm to the point where I'm just lazy instead of finding it. And I reckon that the Cloak of Baldur is probably the best cloak, but I prefer the Cloak of Displacement. Don't know why, I just do. I see everyone using it, so I use it. Not to copy them, but the stats and the the stuff it provides is very decent. But yeah, speaking of Batista's rapport, I believe I go and get it at some point relatively soon. It kind of triggers my memory selling the jewellery, I believe. I might be getting myself, like cutting myself ahead a little bit. But 2 of the items I want to get, because obviously we've only got the vanilla helmet, so I will be getting Helmet Defense, otherwise known as Gives Peace, or the Peace, yeah, the Gives Peace I think is what it's called. Helmet of Defense, I've always called it that, yeah. So that's one of the helmets I need to get. Very, very useful, very, very powerful, very good. And yes, I do go and get Batista's rapport, which is basically come to Nautical Mines area, you go east, and it's hidden in like a little cave face, and yeah, pick it up. One of the other items I need to get, which I don't know if I do get in the playthrough, won't be in this episode, I don't know if it's in the other episodes, but I need to get the Golden Girdle. Basically, it gives me a bit of extra armor against slashing damage, which pretty much everyone and your mum does in this game. Like, everyone does slashing damage, especially Sarabok, and that Golden Girdle will help when you get to the end. And my sort of reasoning for that is you don't need to have the crushing damage girdle because you have the potions of absorption, which gives you crushing damage resistance anyway. So if anything, I just get the Golden Girdle. Slashing damage resistance is better. Just my reasoning anyway. I think it is like the best girdle in all fairness.
Useful gadgets I have. Yes, I do.
Speaking to this weird gnomey dwarf person, don't know what it is, but yes. I don't think I ever actually encountered this character ever, so I was kind of taken off, like, a bit off guard by it. But yeah, so going north from this area, I did that because in the north, that's where you come out after Nautical Mines. I wanted to get there ahead of the curb because there is a couple of things I wanted to do there before. One of them is you get the heart of this dagger from this character. Dagger's the heart of the golem, but for experience sake, I just gave it to the zombie because we're not a dagger character. It avoids the fight, gets the same experience that you would get as if you killed him. Because you both get 900 experience if you killed him. Yeah, but it avoids the fight, and I still get the experience. Yes, I lose the dagger, but oh well. I don't use daggers. I don't need money. It's just an easy way of doing things. Anyway. Yeah, give the zombie the dagger. Yes. He dies, you get 900 XP. I then loot his tomb, get basically a couple of potions and some gold. Yeah, not really much, but yep. And then north of this bit, you find 3 characters or 4 characters who attack you. And yeah, I can't remember if I quick save before doing it. I don't know. Yeah, I do. Because this fight can be hard. So that's where you come out. If after the Nautical Mines, go north this little bit, you get interacted with this person, and yeah, you kill these people, and you get a fair bit of experience, and their loot is actually really good. Thankfully my rage protects me from them, because I think they're clerics or whatever, but they cast like hold person, they cast like turn charm person, and it gets relatively annoying, especially if you got a party, because then you have to fight Minsk. I think everyone uses Minsk. If you don't use Minsk, then you're a horrible person, because Minsk is the coolest person ever. He is the fan favourite. One of the things I actually want to try is, because I know you can romance Jaheira as a male character in Baldur's Gate 2, but can you romance Minsk? I've never actually looked it up.
Carefully.
I've never done it. I don't really play as female characters ever in any game. The only time I'll ever play as a female character is if I'm role playing. For example, in Skyrim I played as a female character because I was playing as a Valkyrie. I had this really cool idea in my mind where I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to play the Daughter of Shor, because, you know, Dragonborn, Nord kind of fits well. I know Dragonborn's to do with Akatosh, but, you know, who knows. I just thought it'd be cool to have like this Valkyrie character wearing a modded Valkyrie armour, and then just her signature move is Stormpool. And then because I've got Ordinate as a perk overhaul, basically this insane, powerful, tanky warrior who calls lightning and death and destruction on her enemies. So yeah, it was cool. That's the only time I think I've ever played as a female character, other than my Drow Ranger playthrough. But again, that was because I like Dota, Drow Ranger is a cool character, and I wanted to add her into Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
With caution.
So one of the things as well at the moment I'm doing is I'm just doing a bit of adventuring around. I've come to Firewine Bridge to pick up the gauntlets that I need. So if you have like a party playthrough, this is a good place to come, because then you can pick up Minsk to get him the spare pair of gauntlets. So he has basically +1 to attack, +1 to damage. One of the things as well I'm interested in hearing is, how do people play Minsk? Do they play him as a two-handed warrior berserker person, or do they play him as the dual-wielding type of person? Personally, I play him as dual-wielding. I just pump him up some like abilities in flail and longsword or whatever it is. Just give him the best weapon I find. Especially in Baldur's Gate 2, give him the Flail of Ages. He does work.
Damn.
Now, Flail of Ages is actually really easy to get hold of. Because you have that room with the golems in.
Damn.
All you got to do is have a character that can cast Sanctuary. Go in there and just take everything. So you get Frost Reaver, you get Frostworm Bow. Just get everything. Anyway, kill that guy, you get the gauntlets. And I'm pretty stacked now. I've got literally everything that I need at this point, other than the helmet of defense.
With caution.
Only reason that's good is because it gives you a 20% resistance to every element, so fire, shock, and frost. I think frost is pretty much the most useless element archetype in this game, because every spell, well, most good spells do fire damage or lightning damage. So yeah, frost damage is pretty useless.
I can make
I don't think there's even traps that do frost damage. I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. Frost damage just doesn't seem very good. And there's not a lot of enemies that use frost. Maybe liches? No idea. But yeah, just selling some stuff. And yeah, we're pretty much back to where we were before. Well, at the start of the game, 20,000 gold, decent.
With caution.
I will be spending a lot of money when we get to the Cloakwood portion of the game, because getting potions of freedom and stuff like that. Hello and welcome back to Baldur's Gate Part 3. I think, if I can do maths correctly, yep. And yeah, so last episode we did a lot of random adventuring and stuff, and now we've come back to High Henge, probably just to sell off the random rest of the crap that we've got, basically. Yeah. So, see, one of the main things I wanted you guys to take from the last episode was just the amount of side quests that there are in the game, especially in the earlier sections. Basically just doing these little things. Half of them are just super easy, takes no more than about 5 minutes to do. Half of them, again, you do whilst you are playing normally and just randomly adventuring around. And yeah, it's easy, super easy experience, super easy. And yeah, so obviously do it. Obviously, if you don't know too much about the game, don't worry, because obviously if you aren't, in all fairness, if you don't know too much about the game, this video might help you, or hopefully helps you, but it shouldn't be a guide per se. I mean, you use it as a guide to find the hidden items, by all means, but if this is like your first solo run, it probably means you played it before, a little bit. So you kind of understand game mechanics, you kind of understand how to play the game. Basically, yeah. But, yeah, it's just... I hope, obviously, you guys are understanding my process, my thought process when playing the game. And that is, obviously, you know, as I said in the first episode, money, experience, items. We've got the items because we got the money. The rest of the items, we just play through the game, we get it. As I said last episode, 2 of the items we're going to get, full plate mail we get from bandits, pause cheetah, boot speed, whatever, get that from progressing basically. It's a nice fine line, you get that sort of like ability to have quite a lot of freedom in a solo run, because you do only have to worry about kicking yourself out with one character. And I like that as playing a character, because I mean I don't have to multitask, and in all fairness, men aren't that good at multitasking. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, this guy, Brag, if you're in Ashkel, you speak to Ublek. He's one of the guys who's got a bounty on his head. He's going to ask you a riddle. The answer to that riddle is death, and then basically avoids bloodshed. You don't kill him. You still get a nice reward, hefty reward from it, of experience, and I think you get some gold. But the experience is the more important thing. But you get his sword. The sword's not great. It's kind of useless for me. But the sword isn't actually overly bad. I'm tempted on doing a build guide of using that sword. Basically, if you guys didn't know, it's the Sword of Berserking. It's a cursed weapon. It's really good. It's like a +3 two-handed sword. But it just means every time you enter combat, you go into a Berserker state, so you lose complete control of your character. But it is like the same as using Berserk on a character. So it's quite cool, quite useful. You can play basically any warrior character, I guess. Any character that's going to be proficient in two-handed weapons. And not have to worry about mages charming you or doing any other mage stuff. But yes. Anyway. Yeah, it's an interesting sword. You come over here to this bit, to this place. You get talked to the nymph. This is what I was on about last episode with the Helm of Defense. This is how you get it. You come south of Candlekeep on this like little peninsula thing. This nymph will just randomly talk to you. She'll try to kiss you. You want to make sure you save before talking to her, in all fairness, because there's a chance she'll put you onto 1 health and then she'll kill you straight away, I guess. That's why I popped rage before talking to her. Don't know if that helps, but I'm assuming it does. And then you get attacked by the Ogre Mage, and again, he casts spells on you like Charm, whatever, can instant kill you because you're solo, and that's just how the game works. So that rage helps out with his fight as well. And again, he drops probably the second best helmet in the game. I don't know if there is any other helmets that are worth talking about or worth getting, but in my eyes, in my opinion, the Helm of Defense is probably just... I mean, it's got its uses. I would say it may be on par with the Helm of Baldur. The reason I prefer Helm of Baldur is it does give you a little bit of extra health, but it also gives you an extra +1 to saving throws, which is actually really good. It's vital. And when you couple that with the guard's ring and stuff like that. Anyway, again, carrying on, moving on. we come to this like little knoll bit. So again, just coming into this area. This place is important for one reason, well, actually 2 reasons. First reason is the sirens. I think they're called sirens. I can't remember. Oh, sills. They're called sills. Basically, they give you 2,000 experience, I think, or whatever, every time you kill one of them. Really good. Really, really good for experience. And they're not overly hard to kill. Their arrows hurt. But they're actually quite easy. Yeah. Especially when you cast Rage. Just make sure, if you are playing on solo, play a character that does not... It's just in general, if you're playing solo, make sure you have a character that cannot be affected by charm spells or hold spells, anything like that. So, my opinion, Berserker, brilliant. Cavalier is actually really fun to play as a solo character. I'm just not a fan of characters that only get 2 pips into weapon proficiencies. I like the idea of having a character, especially a knight who's trained in warfare, to have more pips in his weapon. I don't know, weird. So I personally like playing as fighter characters, just the way I am. It's more comfortable to play as. But yeah, comes to this area, the second most important reason why we come here, other than the sills, which are these little blue pixie things here, basically, there's this tome. The tome is, I think, the tome of intelligence. No, yes, not entirely sure. Either way, one of the tomes that you get, basically it buffs your... No, it's Tome of Constitution. Yeah, Tome of Constitution, it buffs your Constitution by 1 point, so by the end of it we get 19 into Constitution. Fantastic stuff. Basically, in this game really, you don't need to worry about your stats too much, especially with Constitution. You don't have to really worry about it over 19. Sorry, over 16, as any other character bar a fighter. Just 16, you get your max HP per level, and then, or just the maximum amount of HP you can get per level as a cap, and then anything over that, I think it buffs your saving throws. So having a 19 in Constitution is really good. If you play a dwarf, so fun fact, if you play a dwarf, you automatically can get your Constitution up to 19. So Dwarven Defender is actually quite a fun class to play as, especially solo. Just the only problem is you got to worry about mages and getting insta-killed by charm person. But get the tome. If you get 20 Constitution, you actually have an innate ability to regenerate health. Yeah, it's actually really weird. I've never done it personally. I just know of it. But yeah, it's weird. Cool though. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, you come to this point, so the sort of far western side of the map, and you eventually find the cave of, that the sills were protecting. If you're playing a Berserker, rage before going through this trap, because you will literally die every single time without fail. I literally, on one of my run-throughs, I think I tried about 50 times and died. And then, as you can see there, picking up the tome. Obviously, I have to get identified first. But at this point, I'm getting the items that I need to min-max my way into Baldur's Gate 2. So I want to get as set up as I possibly can, stats-wise, experience-wise, before Baldur's Gate 2. Because, obviously, this character anyway, you lose all your money, you lose all of your items, you're never going to have them in Baldur's Gate 2, unless you use mods, I guess, which adds the items, but you still start off in prison with nothing. Yeah. So, the only thing that really matters at that point is stats and experience. So, I do kind of want to do Siege of Dragonspear. Let me know what you think, if I should do Siege of Dragonspear. I'm tempted. Might do that as a spin-off show, or spin-off series, I guess. Just because, with Siege of Dragonspear, I like the game. I know it doesn't have the same vibes as original Baldur's Gate. However, I do like the story. The only issue I have with the story is I would prefer to join Kayla Argent. I love her character, she's so cool. But you can't join her, you're still her enemy. You can kind of join her at the end. I played it as a solo character one of the runs, and it's actually really funny because she can join your party as a controllable, playable character, which was absolutely awesome.
With caution.
The only issue I had with that is if she was implemented into the game as a, playable character or playable companion, why wasn't she like that from the start of the game? That peeved me off. I don't know why, I just like her character.
Think
She's
carefully.
really cool. But yes, anyway. So now, we've picked up the Tome of Constitution, I think is what it is. I've got the worst memory ever when it comes to stuff I pick up. Yeah. Now we're going to get the Charisma Tome, which is, if you guys didn't know, it's at the Knoll Stronghold. It's in a little cave to the west side, northwestern side of the Knoll Stronghold. I'm gonna completely, skip the Knoll Stronghold bit. I just make a beeline for that cave because you don't actually have to go through the, fighting and finding diner hair and stuff like that. So, it's all right. You just go and get the tome and then you're done, basically.
Think
So
carefully.
I realised I was actually completely in the wrong place. I needed to head to the south part and then head from the south part of where I was, then head west. I'm really hoping I know my nautical directions, because I've been saying west and I'm really hoping it's never shredded. Yes, west. Yeah, I do apologise. I should. Sometimes I, say the completely wrong thing. Sometimes I say right and actually mean left.
Yes.
Don't know why. Just commentating isn't as actually easy as it people think. Yeah. I mean, it isn't for me because I can't multitask to save my life. But yeah. These guys are just. I thought I'd fight them. They offer a decent bit of experience. Things like 200, maybe. I don't know. But they drop these gauntlets, and the gauntlets. Forgive me if I'm wrong. It's either two things. They either give you max strength or max dexterity. I think it's max dexterity. When I say that, it just sets your dexterity to 18. Very useful for a fighter character like Minsk. And then obviously in Baldur's Gate 2, because you can get them again. They're actually really useful for Keldorn. I like Keldorn as a companion character. I think he's really cool. Only issue with him is his dexterity is ass. He's got a 9. Like, out of all the fighter characters, he's decent with strength, very good with constitution, probably one of the better tanky characters, but problem is he gets hit literally every attack, especially in Throne of Baal if you still have him in that thing. Either way,
Yes.
yeah. I don't know if Keldorn is in Throne of Baal. I'll have to look that one up. I think he is. I think all of the companions from, Shadow of Arm is still in Throne of Baal. But one of the things I'm thinking of doing as well is doing a proper playthrough. I mean, I did start one as a sorcerer character, but I don't know. Playing through Baldur's Gate 1 as a sorcerer just wasn't fun. I don't know, I just didn't enjoy it very much. So possibly I could do another playthrough of doing a Berserker Mage, but I've done that on the solo run. I know, I'll have to get weird, funky and creative, doing something that hasn't been done before. One of the things I am tempted, which I saw on the forums and the wikis, basically I like looking for E-Keeper builds. I'm tempted on doing an Avenger Druid, coupled with a Fighter, I guess. I think you can do that as a dual class anyway, not entirely sure, please forgive me if I'm wrong again. It's been a while since I played any Druid character. I think the last time I played a Druid character was about 10 years ago. Because that was like the first character I ever played properly on Shadow of Arm. Yeah, I was like 12 when I actually could understand this game. My first time of playing this game was with my father. I was, I think, 7.
With caution.
So, yeah, quite a while ago. And still to this day one of my favourite games. I played it properly when I was 12. Mind you, when I was 12 I was completely obsessed with Oblivion, so it was kind of natural that I played this game, because it's just brilliant. It's in many ways it's actually just as good as Oblivion, and in a lot of ways it's better because of the story. I mean, it's BioWare, for Christ's sake. BioWare made my favourite game of all time. and that's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which, in all fairness, I've downloaded it recently. I'm very tempted on doing a Let's Play, a modded Let's Play of Knights of the Old Republic. I just don't think anyone was going to watch it.
Caution.
But unfortunately for me, a lot of games that I like are quite old games. Like, I mean, I'm playing a game that's 22 years old. But yeah, so they're not going to end up on YouTube trending, obviously. But it's just worried that if, like, you know, are people actually going to watch it? Are people going to enjoy it? But, you know, I just go for it. I don't expect people to watch my videos, but if people do, that's fantastic. If people interact, fantastic. That means the world to me. But yeah. I think at this point I actually go and get the golden girdle, I believe. Literally one of the most important items in the game.
You fight, you die.
And I'm not sure, but I think these hobgoblins are part of the mission that you need. And then I see the numbers of them and I get scared. Yeah, but anyway, I think these are the hobgoblins required to turn in the quest with the guy in Baragost. Basically, talks about some hobgoblins in the area. But yeah, I think that was them. Not sure. Probably find out as I watch the video if I hand in the quest. Speaking of which, I still haven't handed in that quest for the Unbelief woman, the priest. I'll have to do that next episode. But yes, I know exactly where I'm going now, and that is going to get
with caution
the golden girdle, and also to explore and have access to Durlag's Tower when I need it, because I do plan on going through that. Maybe off camera. I'll still record it, but if I can actually get through the entire thing, I know I said this last episode, if I can get through the entire thing, I will put it up. If I can't, I'm just going to cut it out. Just, yeah, it's not interesting otherwise. So this guy, he's a bit of an asshole, to be frank. But, so I thought, yeah, let's start a fight with him. I can handle him. I didn't do too badly. He was quite scary, not gonna lie. Like him and his friend. To the point where I ran because of the archers. Or was it this fight? I can't remember. It might not have been this. No, it wasn't this fight. No. So there was a fight. I ran away. But yes. But yeah, he drops literally like the best item in the game, and he drops potions, and those potions are potions in this game are life. Trust me when I say this. You cannot complete a solo run properly, in my opinion, without the use of potions. You will not be able to do that, a solo run without drinking potions. Like, you get to Cloakwood without having potions on you, or without having a scroll of resist poison, you're gonna die. You are going to die. It is just fact. You get webbed, you cannot move, the spiders literally attack you, especially the sword spiders. They are scary. But, as I said, you know, you need potions. You rely a lot on them, especially Potion of Freedom when you get to Cloakwood.
Yes.
And then especially for like the boss battles like Saravok. Because he can one-shot you. Well, can't really one-shot you, but his attacks do like 30 damage per hit if he hits you.
So you want to take
So,
a look at
quite scary.
mine, do you?
Stand away, citizen.
Now I,
Stand away,
you know, explored
citizen.
Durlag's Tower, I have the ability to go there where I want. I thought now would be the best time, after getting probably the most important items in the game, to actually start doing the main quest, and actually start progressing with the story. Because I feel comfortable with where I am with items. I feel comfortable with the level I am, because so far I've, you know, done nothing in the game in regards to progression of story. We're still, if you think about it, we're still literally as if we've just come from Candlekeep. We've gone to Friendly Armin, we've gone to Nashkel, we've done nothing else other than adventure, side quests, level up, all that. So I know in the past, like, what, hour and a half of you watching, no, hour of you watching this, of my other two videos, we've accomplished a lot, but also nothing at all. Mainly because I was setting up for basically blitzing through the entire game. But that's just the way I think a min-maxer works. I mean, I don't really know many min-maxers, personally. I think out of all of my friends, I'm the only person to have played this game, which is weird considering my friends are very heavy RPG fans. But they're like the types of people who play like Skyrim and that sort of thing. I mean, I have nothing against Skyrim, I just find the game completely boring now because I've completely exhausted the game. Only thing that makes it fun to me is mods, but then the mechanics of the game, again, I just get bored with. Because it just basically becomes hack and slash. It's just not interesting. You fight, you have an enemy, you swing your sword at it a couple of times, it dies. And now I'm playing on legendary difficulty as well. And I have difficulty mods installed as well. And I still find it just tedious, boring, and whatever. However, that being said, I did get told that there's been a new mod come out for Skyrim, which is like to do with combat. So I might get back into it based on that. I don't know. Anyway, getting back to the actual game itself, coming through all of the actual mine. As you enter like the sort of the third level of the mines, so the bit we're in now, there is a guy who's dead on the floor and he has dropped a green stone ring. If you pick it up, that is actually used as a quest, so again, every little experience helps.
Damn.
And I remember in the first episode I said it's to do as the slogan, it's not as the... No, as the slogan is as the price. Yeah, I think every little helps is Tesco. I'm ashamed to call myself British, because I don't even know my own supermarkets. And now I'm worried that I'm thinking, is it Tesco or is it Sainsbury's? Either way, I'm done. The only redeeming factor about me being British is the fact I drink copious amounts of tea. And I mean that. If you knew me as a person, I have like a pint mug and I probably drink about maybe 10 pints of tea a day. I'm not even kidding. I will have about 10 cups from my pint mug of tea. Yeah. I probably fund half of, at the moment, I probably fund half of Tetley's tea budget, or grossing earnings, whatever. Yeah. Weird. But, yeah, Nashkel Mine, you can see it's very easy. We are literally one-shotting these kobolds with every attack. Obviously, these kobolds are meant for people who are, like, level 3, and a party of, like, 4 or 5 people. They're not meant for some guy in crazy heavy armour with an amazing staff to just come and steamroll over all of them. But it's fun though, it's fun. You do feel really powerful. I mean, in the first game, in all fairness, Baldur's Gate 1, as a solo run, is an absolute breeze. Maybe it is in comparison, like, maybe not so much the Sarevok fight. I cheesed the crap out of the Sarevok fight the last time I did a solo run, because if you just whittle down and attack and kill Sarevok, that's it, game's over. You win the game, you don't have to worry about the other 2 random fuckers. But yeah, you don't have to worry about them too. It's, yeah, weird. But, again, the fight's quite easy if you just drink the right potions, you use the right scrolls. And the thing is, the boss battle doesn't immediately happen. You actually have to walk into view of Sarevok before the boss battle does start. So you have copious amounts of time, like you have all of the time in the world to just get yourself stacked up with potions and scrolls, and you can resist magic, resist undead, you can resist poison, you can resist, basically, you can become 100% immune to every single thing, bar melee damage. Which, funnily enough, is the only thing Sarevok does, is melee damage. But with the right equipment, like the best, like full plate mail, the best ring of protection, and, you know, other things, I guess, like the golden girdle.
Think carefully.
Basically makes even his melee damage redundant, per se. Even though, that being said, he does hit like a truck, even if you are completely stacked. And obviously, he is meant to be the end game level character when you have a full squad of 6 people with max level. Well, I say max level, about 7 or 8. Because when I did this as a playthrough, I played a Blackguard, and I used E-Keeper to add proficiency points every 4 levels. into his longsword because I was going to play like sword and board person. But yeah, and I still only got to level 7 as him, so I only had 3 pit points into longsword. Anyway, in Nashkel, the house that you come to in the bottom, like on the eastern side, the door's locked. Break the door down, walk in, say hi, and give her back her dead husband's ring, and you get some experience for it. And you get, I think, an extra reputation point. I don't know, but yes. Here I level up, and obviously you can't put any pit points. You can see I've got 4 points into quarterstaff. Obviously we are literally just maxing out quarterstaff for this run. I don't, obviously Mage skills when it gets to Baldur's Gate 2, they are our ranged weapons. So we're not going to be using slings, we're not going to be using anything else. And because quarterstaffs are the most powerful weapon, I think they are the best possible weapon in Baldur's Gate 1. I think they're the best weapons, just because of Aule's staff. But yeah, I believe it's the. Either way, quarterstaffs are amazing in Baldur's Gate 1, hands down. Hence why we're maxing it out. We're going for quarterstaffs, and then you get a decent, really powerful quarterstaff in Baldur's Gate 2, Staff of the Ram. I think that's the best quarterstaff you can get. Obviously, Staff of Rin is the one we pick up from the guy in the shop. So yeah, one of the things as well that I kind of want to try out. See, I don't know if it's like if I'm thinking correctly, but if you do halberds as a fighter and then you dual class into a mage, do you still keep your halberd proficiencies? And can a mage use the halberd? Hey guys, how's it going? We're back with Baldur's Gate. Last episode we left off after Nashkel Mines, so we're back again doing the rest of the game. Actually starting to make progress with the actual story and stuff like that now. Obviously, to be fair, at the start of this episode, I don't really have a clue what I'm doing, because I had like a couple of days since I actually played Baldur's Gate last, or whenever it was I played it. But so I kind of was a little bit lost to what I needed to do, but I quickly knew what had to happen. So I think I ended up just turning in the quest with the Umberlee priest lady, because we did murder her. I mean, she was evil anyway. All priests of Umberlee are evil. I don't know if that is true, but yeah. I mean, they worship someone called the Bitch Queen, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, we end up actually remembering to turn that quest in. The thing is, I don't know why I just didn't go to the area. I just thought, yeah, let's go to Friendly Armin and then walk.
With caution.
I think it's because I was trying to think. Going into something like this unplanned is just not my forte at all. But a tip as well, even if you've already done the quest, tell her that you know everything about them and what they've done, and then ask for a bigger reward, and you get an extra 100 gold out of it, and obviously you get a +1 flail. But to be fair, it's not, you don't really need to do that, but I just did it because I can.
Cool tempers will prevail.
I don't know if you get more experience out of it or not. Probably is the same amount of experience. I was tempted on going back into the Ankeg mine, but then I did think better not. Purely for the fact I wanted to go in there, do some leveling, but then I was like, hang on a second, I'm pretty much max level anyway. There's not really much point of doing it, so I thought, yeah, let's just go ahead to Cloakwood, carry on, not Cloakwood, sorry, a bandit camp, and then we'll carry on with the actual story, getting all that stuff done. Today's episode anyway is going to be a bit more of a shorter one, 19 minutes long, 20 minutes in comparison to my 30 minutes one, but that's just because of the way I recorded it. For some reason I accidentally pressed stop record 20 minutes early. I think that's because maybe someone came into my room, don't know, can't remember, even though that was only yesterday. But thankfully, I'll have you know, I have completed the entirety of the game. So we are now starting to make a move onto Baldur's Gate 2. Or no, Siege of Dragonspear. We're doing that one first. And then we're going on to Baldur's Gate 2. Even though I would love to start Baldur's Gate 2 as soon as possible. However, it's, I don't know, I like Siege of Dragonspear, it's a fun game. The infamous quote of all bandits. And then I kicked him in the head until he was dead. Yeah, alright, cool. Yeah. But no, this game's fun. I do love Baldur's Gate 2. I really want to start getting off, like, start doing, like, the Mage's stuff. Like, dual classing into the Mage. But I'm pretty powerful right now. And in all fairness, when I get to the Seraphoc fight, I thought it was going to be a lot harder. But in a way, I kind of cheese it a little bit. I mean, he hits me like a tank. I think one hit does like 30 odd damage, and I'm like, oh crap. But I chugged like 6 potions of regeneration. I mean, you'll see what I did later on when it gets to that point. But yeah, in all fairness, I was well equipped. I had everything I needed and more. So now I'm hoping that I'm well equipped for Siege of Dragonspear, hoping I've got enough stuff for that. But yeah, we'll find out when we get into it, which I'm going to be recording today, maybe. I need to still do some more Oblivion stuff. I am actually really enjoying Oblivion, but in a way, because the game feels a little bit hard, I don't know, it's kind of like a slower paced game than normal. Anyway, getting back to Baldur's Gate. So for once, I thought, yeah, let's infiltrate the bandit camp instead of just going in and killing everyone. To be fair, there's not really much difference. I just ended up killing everyone anyway.
Think carefully.
I couldn't open that chest in there, so obviously, because I couldn't open that chest, those things didn't attack me. But yeah, some of these places, some of these bandit tents do have some decent loot in. Like one of them has like a couple hundred gold, but I don't really need gold. Not really too fussed on items either. The only items we really need left are the Helm of Baldur, which we get when we get to Baldur's Gate, and the Paws of the Cheetah, which we get in Cloakwood. And pretty much from then on, we're pretty much set for the entirety of the game. I just, you'll see at the moment I get like the Paws of the Cheetah, the Boots of Speed, that the game just flies by. It goes stupidly quick. So we probably got about I'd say about an hour or so, maybe, until we get the Paws of the Cheetah. I'm not entirely sure.
Think carefully.
I want to say about an hour, maybe less. And then the rest of the game, it's probably about another hour for me to actually complete it. Maybe half an hour, no idea. But the game goes really quick and it's really fun. The moment I start, like, you get to the Baldur's Gate stuff and doing all of that, good fun. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It just seems more faster pace, I guess, than how it starts off in the game. Maybe because the game knows you're a bit more set up. But yeah, killing these bandits, getting a bit of XP from it. I think you get a fair amount of XP from killing that guy, but obviously the reason that's like one of the bandit chiefs, leader of the whoever. But the full plate armor. See, I've seen a lot on Reddit that everyone thinks the Ankeg armor is the best armor in the game. It isn't. If you actually look at the statistics, that the full plate mail armor is actually better. Or sorry, full plate armor is better than the Ankeg. They have the exact same protection stats, but the full plate armor offers a bit more resistance against slashing and piercing damage, so go for that one. He also gave you like 3,000 experience for his death, so it's pretty decent. Here I was a little bit worried because I was fairly low on health. I was also fatigued, so I think when you have fatigue, you have a bit of like you have a minus on attack rolls or whatever. I can't remember, but I was worried that I was going to get killed because for some reason the only things that can hit me are archers, or at least later on in the game when I changed the Paws of the Cheetah, archers are kind of a little bit more scary. Here not so much because the cloak and the boots I've got equipped, but later on, yeah, I trade off my really good boots for the speed, basically, for more maneuverability, which is good as a melee character, really good as a melee character. Here I chug the potion of magic protection because I know there's a mage in here, just because I didn't want to get hit by any of his spells or magic, and I completely forgot to rage as well. It's only when I saw that spell come in, I think, that I remembered to rage. Oh no, I might not even rage at all. Well, that's stupid. That's a really bad misplay on my end. Always remember to rage. Always. Yeah. Just, especially if you're playing against, like, I know I had the potion equipped, but yeah. Sometimes, because that potion only does up to, like, I think level 3 or level 4 spells. There are spells that obviously you can get through that, so just to cover yourself, rage every fight if you can. We've got some pretty decent loot here. And the thing is, this is the one playthrough I've done where I've become stupidly rich. I've always ended like the game, like, oh sorry, played through the game with about 40,000 minimum of gold. Well, about 40,000 maximum, sorry, of gold. I've never really had much more than that. But this character, I noticed I've been having so much money. I think that's because of a higher charisma roll than I normally have. Benefits of rolling a 91 for a character, if you've not seen the first episode. Yeah, I rolled a 91, which is ridiculous, which means I can have maximum strength, dex, and int, as well as have a decent level in charisma, and kind of semi-decent wisdom. I say semi-decent, it would be semi-decent at the end of the game, i.e. it would be a 8 wisdom. Because this is the character, obviously min-maxing style, we will be picking up every single time. So we've already got the Constitution one, or whatever, and we've got the Charisma one from Null Mountain, or Null Stronghold. So all that's left is the 3 Wisdom Tomes, the Intelligence, and the Strength. I think that's it. But yeah, we pick all of them up easy. One of the Wisdom Tomes I think we pick up actually now, before Cloakwood, and that's the one that's in Durlag's Tower, because you get the 2 Wisdom Tomes that are in Baldur's Gate, the actual city. One of them's in Baldur's Gate and then the other one's in Candlekeep, and then you have the other tome that's in Baldur's Gate as well. I think that's Intelligence, and then you have, oh no, there's actually 3 in the city, isn't there? One of them's the Dexterity and the Thieves Guild hideout. The other one is in the Mage's Tower. And then the other one is if you do the quest, and if you do the quest properly, then you get to keep the book. So this, in a way, kind of will be a little bit like a guide, yeah, of how to get all of the tomes. So I sell my amulet here, the Gift of the Lost one, and you see me buy it back, and you see that I had 2 charges on it, now I've got 25. The reason I do that is because I know what's coming later on in the game. I know that, especially when I get to Baldur's Gate, the city, that there can be quite a few quests that are quite spammy of enemies, and obviously me being a solo character I kind of need it, but I also know that in Cloakwood as well there's one certain area which has a ton of enemies which I need to use, and then obviously bandits as well in the Cloakwood mines. Just thinking ahead, because I do know kind of the game pretty well. At this point, I've done. Oh, to be fair, I've only done 2 solo characters. I've done a Kensai Mage, which was brutally hard to start off with. Yeah, don't know why, but just magic in general just really peed me off because I kept dying to it over and over again. But it was fun when I got to Baldur's Gate 2. And I think I did a 13 level Kensai into Mage, which was not fun. But yeah, to be fair, I think Kensai Mage and the Berserker Mage are quite similar. Berserker Mage has an easier start to the game, whereas a Kensai Mage is a harder start, but then Kensai Mage is a little bit stronger at late game, but there's not really too much difference between the two. Personally, I think Berserker Mage is better, because they're better all round. Easier start to the game, they're stupidly good. You've got basically protection from all types of magic. Not all magic, but you know what I mean, like any controlling, manipulation, mind magic. So it's good for that. You even got protection from hold, which is brilliant. But yeah, I digress. It's the age-old debate, which is better, Kensai Mage or Berserker Mage. It's up to personal preference. Anyway, we've come to Durlag Tower, as I said previously, just to pick up the Wisdom Tome, So you'll see that I did have the idea in my previous videos of doing Durlag's Tower. This put me off the idea completely, going in here. Yes, I went in here completely unprepared, just because I was like, oh yeah, just all I'm doing is picking up the tome. That's it. Yeah. I then kind of just lose complete willpower to do this tower as a solo run. I know people have done it, but this is meant for like end game characters, and I know I've got pretty much near enough the best items, but I don't need to do it because of the game itself. There's not really anything in here item wise that interests me. There is one thing that I wanted. The reason why I want to do it in the first place is just the Easter egg. Basically the Easter egg is the dagger of the soul drinking thingy mabob, which is the dagger that's in Siege of Dragonspear. It's the same thing. So you find out what in this game what happens to that dagger, and it's John who's got it. Spoilers if you didn't know, but sorry, this game has been out for what, 20 odd years, and then Siege of Dragonspear has been out for what, 4 or 5 years? Can't remember when it came out. I don't know. I know Enhanced Edition came out 2012, I believe. But yeah, I'm so glad, to be fair, that Enhanced Edition is actually out, because I do like it being able to play it in a more stabilized version, and also because the resolution's better. Because I actually dished out my old PC copy, so I have the original, like I think it was what, 6 discs or something like that. I think I can't remember, but it's like in the case you have like a few discs, because it's thrown a ball as well inside of it, and I just remember the old UI of that, and it was like very small resolution, you don't see a lot, but it was good, it was fun, it brought back a lot of memories because I played it on my laptop instead of on my desktop. But yeah, it was good fun. So here I realised this is the point where I'm like, I don't want to do Durlag's Tower. All of the traps, the creatures pee me off, so yeah, I had to pop a rage there just because of the spell trap that's on there, and then I feel like, oh, I need to rush this woman before my rage wears off, and then she just disappears. It was like, oh, alright, I wreck her, I'll start wrecking her, and then she just vanishes. Like, I don't know, she didn't even cast like an invisibility spell or anything like that, she just disappeared, and I'm like, oh, where's she gone? And then I ended up getting absolutely wrecked because I was looking around for her, my rage wears off, which means I can't do another rage until my fatigue's gone, and so that means I get completely wrecked by these stupid ghasts. And if you didn't know, ghasts have a chance to hold on person, and I thought my armor rating could be, you know, is higher, so I could probably deal with them, and no. So I think I just end up reloading here because I can't be asked. Hold lasts for a stupidly long time.
Carefully.
So I'm like, yeah, I just go up, try to get lucky, avoid the ghasts, kill the woman, get her hair. Don't know why I want it, but she also drops a staff. It's the spear staff. I don't use it. I should have kept hold of it because it is very useful. The reason it's useful because it doesn't do crushing damage, it does piercing damage. So you see here with my staff that I'm using at the moment, I do 38 damage of crushing.
Yes.
That's good against most characters, like it's just good. But when you get to a character that has resistance to crushing, it's good to use piercing damage. The reason you want to use crushing though is on heavily armored targets, so enemies that use plate armor, and then if you're using piercing, you kind of want to use that on the enemies that don't have, like, I don't know, leather armor or no armor, mages specifically. They take more slashing damage or whatever. I don't know how it works, but for all I know, that's how it works. That's what I was told. All enemies have like a type of weakness or whatever.
Why do I live in such a pissant?
So here, obviously, I come to speak to Thalantia, my friend, to identify the Tome of Understanding, which again is one of the most important things. There you see the staff spear. I should have kept it, but I didn't really want to have an extra thing taking up inventory space, so I didn't. But yeah, I sold the hair because I don't really need it. There's not really much point for it. And then I used Tome of Understanding to boost up my wisdom again. Yes. I say again, it's the first time I've boosted it this game because I haven't actually got the other 2 wisdom books. But if you are playing as or planning to play as a cleric, which I kind of want to do at some point, actually, maybe a ranger cleric or just a cleric solo. I kind of want to do ranger cleric just because they sound fun.
Yes.
But you can get your wisdom to unparalleled heights. If you think about it, you get 3 tomes of wisdom, and then if you put 18 into your wisdom, you'll have 21 by the end of Baldur's Gate 1, and then 19 strength, 19 intelligence, 19 constitution if you get the god tier roll of like 95, which sometimes people do. I mean, I've sat around for about I don't know, about 10 minutes trying to get the highest roll I can get. My highest roll I've ever gotten is a 95. No, 98. It's 98, yeah. Anyway, getting back to the game. The reason why we killed these druids, so I want, that option, the secondary option was like a nice, sort of, I don't want to kill everyone sort of thing, but there's a quest later on Baldur's Gate, if you kill these druids you have access to, and I wanted to try it out. Hello again, and welcome back to the next episode of Baldur's Gate. Basically just me min-maxing my way through the entirety of the game. But it's good fun to watch, I hope, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. Obviously last episode we left off just deciding to side with the woodcutters and not the druids. Here I get a bit confused because obviously there's a squirrel. Yeah, and then I kill it. Yep, that doesn't come back to bite me in the ass at all, by any means necessary. I.e., this is probably the karma of me killing a squirrel. I have to go up against 4 Eticaps, and I try to run away. And then there's a web trap, which then gets me completely screwed over, but I still manage to get away with barely, like, just a shred of life and dignity left remaining. So, if there's a tip for Baldur's Gate, don't kill squirrels. I know they're rare, I don't know what came over me, I just had the sudden urge to just kill a squirrel, but just don't. They are sacred creatures that if you kill them, karma comes back on you in tenfold. Yes. Obviously here, we did pick up, last episode, completely forgot to mention, we did a bit of shopping, brought a bunch of potions and a scroll. If you come to Cloakwood, it's vital in the solo run to pick up a resist poison scroll, so spiders, Eticaps, all of that stuff, they can't do anything to you in regards to poison damage. But also, please drink a potion of freedom. I made this mistake the first time I did a solo run, and yeah, needless to say, it wasn't a very good time for me, having to constantly reload, and then eventually I just got so peed off that I just ended up going and buying a potion of freedom, and it was a complete breeze. The reason for that is obviously there's traps in Cloakwood, web traps, and you get stuck and you die. Obviously, as I said, with this poison scroll, it's because spiders, they do poison damage, so stuff like that. And then I thought, because just in case the scroll wears off, I've got a couple of elixirs of health just there to help me out a little bit. But it's vital in a solo run because this area is annoying, but it can be like the life or end of a run. Yeah, so once you get past this bit, that's when the game starts to pick up a lot more, become a lot faster. But it can also be the death of anyone's sanity, like it was the first time I ever solo runned it about 6 years ago. And that being said, I think I've only ever solo runned about, I'd say, I've solo run about 50 characters because I do like playing with a party. But I also find that when I'm watching party playthroughs on YouTube, the gameplay's a lot slower, so I kind of get a little bit not bored, but like a bit more preoccupied. Like I'm basically like a magpie. I see something shiny and I'll watch that, and then I'll see something else that's shiny, and then I'll end up watching that, completely forgetting to watch the rest of the series or whatever. I go from like one thing to another. And my door just suddenly swung open. What the hell? There's a ghost in my room. Well, that was not weird at all. I'll try and cut that little bit out, but yeah, weird. But yeah, spiders are scary, especially the sword spiders, because they hit frequently, they're really fast, and they have got decent AC, which means, you know, hitting them is a bit difficult, or something. I don't know. So coming into this bit, I wanted to quick save, but I realised I couldn't because of the web traps. Eventually I do quick save. This is the reason why I wanted to buy those, rebuy my amulet to get all the charges left, because the amount of creatures that are in here is ridiculous, and also most of them being sword spiders hitting you really, really quickly. It is a very scary place to be. Yeah. So I just start spamming these fireballs. Because of Batista's rapport and my gift of peace tower defense, I have an innate 60 to 70 resistance to fire damage. So I don't take a lot of fire damage, to be honest. I'll probably take about like 3 or 4 damage. And yeah, it was fine. And I realised I had 2 etacaps left, and I was like, okay, I don't really want to risk dying to them, so I just thought I'll waste another charge. It's not really wasting because it means I survive, but yeah. In that pile, I didn't realise it, but the Ring of Discipline, don't pick it up. So the unidentified ring, it's a cursed ring, don't want to have that at all. Obviously I picked up the dead body, which is used for a quest, but I have literally like completely max carry weight because of it. So yeah, I end up just getting rid of the body and not bothering with the quest. It's just not worth the hassle of dropping all of the items, and I have a feeling that if I dropped all of my items as well and still carried the body, I don't think I would have been able to like, you know, carry him anyway, just because there are some things on my person I don't want to risk losing. So because I've got basically my staff, the armour's, you know, I can buy that from a merchant or whatever, yes, but I didn't want to lose the staff, didn't want to lose my cloak, didn't want to lose the girdle, and to be fair, the staff is the heavy thing as well as the armour. And so, to be fair, the helmet's not, you know, light either. And I didn't want to risk just dropping them on the floor. And then obviously I needed to rest. As soon as you rest, items despawn, or at least that's what I think. So I thought I might lose all of my items. However, I did go over to him and speak to the brother, just because I thought if I've had him in my inventory, then it might still trigger the dialogue of him being dead. Unfortunately it doesn't. You do have to have him in your inventory. So again, I just didn't want to have to risk losing my items that I'd previously gained.
Before you attack.
To be fair, now looking back at it, I could have probably just dropped my full plate armour and that, and the big 2-handed sword I picked up. I think it's like the Bane of Spiders, whatever it's called, and then that might have been enough. However, I didn't do it, so that remains to be seen. Normally, on a normal run, I would have been able to hand in that quest, but because my strength was 18 over 11 and not above the 18 over 50 mark, my carry weight was significantly lower. I think it's twice as low as what it should be, because when you have a carry weight of like 1850 and above, you have a carry weight of like 500. Because I had it under, I had a basic 18 basically, it's like 250 or whatever it was, 300, I don't know. At least that's what I think. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember I could carry a lot more when I had higher strength. When we're going through, when I get my strength tome, I'll hopefully realise that my carry weight's gone up a little bit, maybe, I don't know. But that's as far as I'm going. Finally we get out of that bit. That part of Cloakwood is like the hard bit, if anything. So yeah, and then pretty much skip all the rest of this place. Obviously Aldoth was down there if you wanted to pick up an evil bard as a companion. This is a solo run, so we're not doing that. And yeah, we just carry on going through. Obviously this bit is just getting to the Cloakwood mine, so there's not really much to do around here, just other than moving, I guess. Just getting through. There's nothing really of note around in this area as far as I'm aware. There might be, I think, coordinates somewhere in this section. Again, I don't know. I don't particularly play with companions anymore. It's only in recent years that I've been doing solo runs. My first one I did 6 years ago, and then it's in the past couple of years where I've started playing this game again. Well, past year of playing this game again. I've only been playing solo runs and hardly party playthroughs, stuff like that. Now we finally get into the actual, the crux of this quest, getting to the mine. This guy here finally means we can get the Boots of Speed, which is fantastic. So I rage here just in case any spells get thrown my way, but he drops Boots of Speed, which will significantly speed up gameplay, which I love. I think that's brilliant. It means I can actually start getting stuff accomplished and done. Obviously, for some reason I equip the Boots of Speed and then I decide to equip the boots I was already wearing. I don't know why. I know the boots I am wearing currently before getting the Boots of Speed. It's to do with arrows, it's arrow defense, resistance against whatever. But Boots of Speed are just in general better for mobility, especially for a Berserker, any fighter character really any melee character, because you can zip around really quickly. It's actually really good for an archer as well. But yeah. I should have put the Boots of Speed on, but I think it's because what was going through my head at the time was I had the Potion of Haste drunk, so it was like I don't really need to wear them because I've already got the haste spell or whatever. I don't know. I think that's what was going through my head at the time. I was trying to be clever. To be fair, I think we're at this point where we are very strong right now. We've got pretty much every item that we need. We don't really need to rely on potions too much. Obviously, rely on potions for like the big boss battles. But yeah, I feel like we're at a comfortable position, ready to transition across into Baldur's Gate 2. Sadly, we will not be doing Baldur's Gate 2 straight away, even though how much I want to do it. But in a way as well, from a min-maxing perspective, you kind of want to actually do Siege of Dragonspear. And speaking of which, Siege of Dragonspear is apparently quite a controversial game, or well, DLC add-on. I like to see Siege of Dragonspear as a separate game in itself, because it is like Throne of Baal. It is like, I see Throne of Baal as a separate game, not an add-on, because it adds on to the story. But in a different way of it being a completely new game. That's how I see it. I know it is an add-on, but yeah. But a lot of people seem to not like it. I don't know why. I enjoyed it. I enjoy pretty much everything that all of the Baldur's Gate stuff that's come out, and I like the idea of it adding on to the story, because it's like a little prologue to Baldur's Gate 2. It tells you what's actually happened after, and you realise that your character's actually hated because of events that had transpired. It's interesting. I like the storyline. Obviously, coming down, we're actually getting towards the end now. I end up getting hit by all of these magical traps. I completely forgot that bit even existed. So I was like, oh crap, I need to heal. I have people coming after me. Luckily these guards are stupidly weak. They barely hit me. I think literally they need to hit like a critical 20 just to hit me. I end up trying to rest here, but bloody hell, all of these guards just spawn out of nowhere, so I just start using my amulet just to blow them into wind. There's one of the things about this area in itself is if you rest, you will get swarmed by all of these guards. And I don't necessarily like... I think I started playing more like a speedrunner at this point because you guys know I can take these guards out, but it started just getting a bit annoying because like it's just I'm trying to rest, trying to carry on, but I couldn't, so I just start save scumming it. So basically I just kept reloading the save until I actually finally could rest, because at the end of the day we're not playing a proper game, we are just min-maxing. I do apologise guys if you don't like that, but
yes,
I just wanted to show you how to play the game from the optimal perspective, because you can utilise these skills as a normal party playthrough character. It's just obviously going to be stunted in regards to character development of one person, but you're still going to have 6 people there to outweigh that, I guess. But yeah, it was weirdly enough though that when I played as a party character, I've never managed to get to max level, and that is me doing pretty much nearly everything I can find, XP maximising, and also doing Derlax Tower, and I still only managed to finish the level finish the game as level 7. I didn't understand that, but yeah, it is what it is. Well, here I made a vital mistake, a really stupid mistake. So I had to reload. So I used my amulet, and it killed the cook, which means I got a reputation decrease of 4 because I murdered someone. So I literally just reloaded my save, which is karma for doing the save scumming, I guess. So basically, it's as if nothing had ever happened. I still, it's karma, guys. Trust me. So hopefully now you guys feel a little bit better because of karma's kicked my ass. Yeah. Leveling up. Obviously, we're level 8 at the moment. When we level up one more, that's when we put the next pip into quarterstaff. So we'll have Grandmaster in quarterstaffs, which means we are basically OP as anything. Obviously, if any of you guys are out there that know more about Baldur's Gate than me, which probably is most people, can a Berserker Mage still use swords even though they're a mage? Because when I was talking to a friend of mine, he told me that you can only when you dual class into mage, you can only use mage specific items, very similar to like a cleric. So obviously if you're a fighter cleric and yet you have pips and swords, you can't use the swords because you can only use stuff that's a cleric. So I'm feeling I might be a little bit stupid using a staff when I could be using dual weapons. Like I could have a pip and scimitars, and then I could use katanas to get myself ready for Baldur's Gate 2. So I know I can do that with a Kensai. So as a Kensai, I think I ended up going along the route of Celestial, Fury, and Belm, I think. But a friend of mine said Kundane, the short sword that gives you the +1 speed, apparently it's better. So yeah, but I have a feeling that I'm being stupid here using quarterstaff when I could be optimizing more and using basically 2 weapons, scimitars and something else, no idea. Probably between warhammers and between katanas. Katanas are really good, but Cromfeya is, I think, the best warhammer in the game. I think, I'm not entirely sure.
Yes.
Longsword's pretty decent in Baldur's Gate 2 because you've got your equalizer, which I don't think it's the best. It's definitely not the best, but it's good. But you also have what's the Black Race, which I think Black Race is incredible. It's definitely one of the best, just because of the level drain. Anyway, finally getting into the last room here. I wanted to fight these battle horrors one by one because they offer 4,000 experience, but they are quite scary. They're very good, they're very strong. Basically, I fear them more than I do the bloody boss of this cavern. Mind you, that being said, I use a resist magic spell scroll thing, I believe. It's either that or I use one of the potions and he can't touch me. Eventually, yeah, I try to rest and I keep getting attacked, and eventually, yeah, so I don't save scum there. Or rest scum, whatever it's called. Just before the final battle ensues, I just try to organise what's left of my inventory because I have literally no space left. Then I realise I can actually equip weapons that I don't use to my hotbar to actually take up a bit more space, which is good. It's quite funny. So here I'm just drinking a bunch of potions because I know what's coming. I know it's the bad guy. Basically, yeah. He was a breeze though, in all fairness. Mind you, that being said, so was Sarevok. There you go, I equip him to my quick weapons. That is purely just because I can. It frees up inventory space, and it doesn't really do much else other than that. Kind of a weird exploit, if you can call it that. I guess it's not. It's basically like just taking stuff out of the backpack and equipping it to your belt. But then can you just imagine a guy with a staff on his back, and then a mace, a sword, and a flail all equipped to his belt? That would make moving impossible. There you go, yeah, so I used the resist magic scroll. That's basically, in all fairness, all I needed. I didn't need to go so overboard with all these potions. There's not really a point to it, but because I had the money, because I had the items and the potions, I did. So yeah, that's probably one of the biggest benefits of a solo run, is you can just use up those items without having pretty much any setbacks, drawbacks, whatever. And then you'll see that basically he just does nothing to me. He just basically teleports around while I'm just beating the crap out of him. That Battle Horror is the only thing that worries me, because that Battle Horror is the only thing that could do damage and hit me. I think that even if you use the resist magic, you still can be hit with elemental damage, I believe. So if you was to use like Melf's acid arrow, that would still hit me. Yeah. So don't forget as well, when you're talking to this, after you've killed this guy, don't forget to pick the key up, because if you do, then you get a nice bit of experience later on. And obviously, if you're playing as a party run, do loot this entire area because there's some damn good loot. Unfortunately for me, I have literally no way of unlocking any of these things because I don't have the potion of Cloud Giant strength or Storm Giant. So I can't actually open these chests, because I think you need to have like 23 strength to be able to break the lock. But yeah, so yeah, I couldn't really do much, but there was one chest that was basically I could open, and there was like 400 gold in there, I think. Was it 1,000? There's 1,000 gold in there. So good. One of these scrolls was cursed, I believe. I couldn't remember which one. But in all fairness, I never used them anyway. I just put them into my scroll case just in case, maybe for one day in the future, if I ever did need them. But I identify everything before I use it anyway. I'm very OCD. Like, watching me back playing this, my OCD kicks up because my items that I'm wearing aren't identified, which annoys me greatly because I do like to know what I'm using. But that's just me as a person. I don't know obviously if you guys like that, but yeah. Now, obviously, doing Cloakwood, finish that, we can finally get on to Baldur's Gate. So we're actually finally getting to the city, which is the good fun part. You can see the sudden transition from dawn into, well, nighttime into day there, where the whole map just completely changes. I don't know why I said Arm, but I did. Just the first place that my mouse just hovered over, so I just clicked randomly. If I was role playing, I probably would have said like Candlekeep, but I just couldn't be asked. finally into Baldur's Gate, so we have, you know, big old red wizard Elminster talking to us. Whatever actually happens to him after the protagonist does like his thing, this is the last time you see him, at least as far as I'm aware.
Yes.
Obviously, come into shops, just doing some selling, get some money, because the big good place that we'd be going to is Sorcerer's Sundries. Basically means we'll just be buying a bunch more potions, and that's basically it, just buying potions. You can see that we have a damn decent amount of gold. Literally, this is way too much gold than you should have, I guess. If you was playing as like a party character, that gold would be gone, because you'll be using all of that money on your companions, to be fair. But then that being said as well, you won't be selling as much either, because you'll be dishing out the loot. So like the Spider's Bane sword I would have given to Minsk, Rashad's Talon I would have given to Jaheira, Druid's Wing, I promise you I don't speak like Mike Tyson. The Druid's Ring I would have given to Jaheira as well, because she's a Druid, roleplay, whatever. Anyway, so we come into the Thieves Guild hideout, use that password, the one that is there, which I'm not even going to bother trying to trying to pronounce. You get in here, and then you go to this part, and you pick out the barrel, and there it is. It's a dexterity tome. Basically, yeah,
with caution.
Easy.
Think carefully.
Then I go to like the north part of Baldur's Gate. So if you go up here, you become like not quite in the area what you think. You're like below the wall. You get spoken to by that guy, and that will trigger a quest that you can do later on, which means you can get the Wisdom Tome really easily. And if you do the quest correctly, which I will show you how to do in this playthrough anyway, then you will have a free Wisdom Tome to use, where you shouldn't technically have to have the Wisdom Tome, because you normally give it in for the quest. But then there's another quest as well on top of that quest, which kind of conflicts with the quest you've just done, which means you then get a Wisdom Tome, even if you do it properly.
Carefully.
Yeah, basically we do both these quests, and we end up with a free Wisdom Tome.
With caution.
I don't know if that's like was meant to be, but I assume it was, and I assume that Wisdom's probably the most, for me anyway, the most useless attribute point in like for pretty much a Berserker character, but still wanted to get all three, especially when you get to like the later game. In Baldur's Gate 2, you have to sacrifice a perk or an attribute point, and I'll be doing that on Wisdom. I could do it in Charisma actually, because of Ring of Human Influence, because again in Baldur's Gate 2, Charisma is useless because of the Ring of Human Influence. So again, you have, in my opinion, Charisma, it's weird, because Charisma is very useful in the first game, useless in the second game. Wisdom for a fighter character is just useless in both games. So I'll probably just get rid of Wisdom. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but as far as I'm aware, normally when you're playing a Berserker character or Berserker Mage, you just look for any stat that's 83 and over, and then you have the bare minimum of Wisdom. Normally. That's how I play. Because I know when I get to Baldur's Gate 2, I'm going to have 18 Charisma anyway, so Charisma doesn't really matter either. And Wisdom just does nothing. Unless, of course, you're playing a cleric. So, of course, when I'm going to eventually, for maybe my next solo playthrough will be a Ranger Cleric, then I'll do, you know, the Wisdom stats there, where I get like 20 Wisdom, 21 Wisdom, which I think is a bit OP, to be honest, which is why I want to try it out. So here what we're doing is we're actually doing the quest. So the reason why I went to in the first area of Baldur's Gate, the market, if you go north, you speak to that guy, and it triggers a quest. So when you get to the middle of Baldur's Gate, when you finally get up to like the upper levels, if you go into like the little circus fair bit, what character will say that you're poisoned and you're gonna die, and he needs this gears to free himself. You go and talk to the Umberlee lady, which is where we are now. And then she asks you for a book. You have to go and get the book, which is the Wisdom Tome. I just tell her to tell me first. She does that stupidly. And then I say, well, I don't have the book, even though I do. One of the things she drops is a body. So even if you do give her the tome, which is absolutely fine if you want to do that, you still get the Scroll of Gears, of the Gears releasing thingy bob. But there's a quest
with caution
where if you take it, you have to kill her, or you talk to her. She's evil anyway, so I kill her. You get the Wisdom Tome back that you've just given to her, as well as you get the dead body. So because we have the dead body of this child, we're going back to the place to start the quest and then turn it in straight away.
Please,
so this little kid here, he basically comes up and talks to you, telling he needs help. You go and do that.
Nothing I can do.
So I then
I must do something.
Say yes, I'm going to help. I have to be careful there with my choices, because you can, like in any quest, tell it to bugger off. And then I sort out the quest, get my reward, which is a damn decent amount of experience points and 5,000 gold. Brilliant. And you also get a shield, which I think is like the Shield of Falling Stars, which is probably, I think, one of the best shields you can get. And then I thought, while we're in the area, we'll pop into this Mage's Guild, Mage's Hut place, not Mage's Guild, Mage's place, home. And I just end up killing him because experience, items, and yeah, you then get given the Nymph's Cloak. Again, something it's useful for a bard, but other than that, I'm not going to use it. It's useless. There's nothing here to loot. I just do that. I wanted to see if there was a side door, but there wasn't. So that's why you saw my cursor hovering over it. Eventually, I think now is when we start to actually hand in the quest for Lothar. Oh no. First off, I make the important executive decision to find the Helm of Baldur, which is the best helmet in the game, apparently. I would say it's pretty much up there with the best ones. It might be very well the best. But yeah, in the Helm and Cloak, go to the back room, not up those stairs, the other, literally to the far back. Then eventually you will go up those stairs, and then hidden in a painting, make sure you're resistant to spells, because that will happen. I knew I was going to survive because of my immense resistance to fire damage. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to the next epic part of our Baldur's Gate saga. And yeah, hope you're enjoying so far. This is literally going to be like the very last leg of the game. Basically, in this episode, we're just finishing up the rest of the stuff we're doing in Baldur's Gate before actually going on. So last episode, the ending, we picked up the Helm of Baldur. This one, we're just finishing off the Lothar quest. So we handed him his Gears release spell scroll. He's told us where to go to get the antidote to the poison that's running through our blood. Which I knew where the guy was anyway. I could have just completely skipped this quest and got it, yeah. But then you wouldn't have got the Wisdom Tome just handed to you, because if you've got high enough charisma, you get given the Wisdom Tome for free. If not, then you have to pay 500 gold for it. But again, those dialogue options aren't available to you until you pick up that quest, I guess. I guess you could still like pickpocket the guy or kill him, but then that's murder, and I'm not evil, and I don't have pickpocketing abilities, so I have to do the quest to pick up the Wisdom Tome. Yeah. So anyway, going into this pub, Pirate's Tavern place, and then he's up the stairs. You kill him, you get a decent bow, like I think it's like the bow of the Dryads or whatever, and then you get the antidote potion, which is brilliant. Means we don't die in the 3 days or whatever we were given, or 10 days, whatever. And yeah, As you can see, we've still got the tome in our inventory, even though we've technically completed the quest.
Yes.
And also we handed in the young boy to his father, so we did that quest as well. So then we are coming to where the Order of the Flaming Fist bit is, and then I end up just completely bolting away because I realise I need to identify and sell all the items because I'm pretty much got stacked inventory, and then eventually I'd go back and do that. So I identify everything, even the gift of peace. I believe I keep the gift of peace because it can be useful. Heart of the Golem, that's the dagger that you can get, that we get from Nashkel Mines area, but the guy who we just killed, who has our antidote, he also carries a Heart of the Golem dagger as well. So, fun fact for you, if you give the Revenant the dagger, you can still pick one up later on in the game, even though by that point you probably already found better weapons, or whatever. But yes. Yeah, so now we have a pretty empty inventory. I'd progress forward. Before actually heading to speak to Scar at the Flaming Fist headquarters, I do solve the Doppelganger mission. So by going into here, it just does it like quickly, get it over and done with and out the way. If you choose the correct dialogue options, talking to these fat people, then basically it resorts to all of them attacking you, so you don't have to just talk to one, get him to attack you, and then wait, and then do that for every other person. You can just get them all to attack you all at once. Which is a weird thing, I don't know if that's a glitch or not, but yeah. If you just attack and kill one person, you do have to kill them one at a time. For just speed purposes, I just spoke to them and just did it that way. Just to have them all aggro on me on site. But yeah. So going into the basement bit, killing the last doppelganger, saving the guy that's down here.
With caution.
No, we're not coming to torment you. But yeah, and again, when you go to the Flaming Fist headquarters, make sure when you're speaking to Scar to pick the correct dialogue options, because those dialogue options will result in you getting less experience or less of a reward, or both, I don't know, but yes. Before speaking to Scar, I do the quest that I think I've only ever done once in my life. Technically this is like if you're an evil person, but yeah, you speak to Baldur. He's the guy who was in Cloakwood from the last episode, or the episode before, wherever we ended that episode off. And yeah, if you protect him from the druids, you can get access to this place, and there's an extra quest here. You don't really need to do this at all by any means, but it's just something I've rarely ever done. So
these are the guests you've been talking about all day.
So basically in this area it's just filled with doppelgangers, and you have to basically just do a fetch quest of finding the notes that tell them that tell you that the place has become overrun with doppelgangers. You hand them into the guy, and eventually you get attacked by all of them. I did the wrong option, so the first time I did this, I think I did it properly, where we just outright attacked all the doppelgangers all at once. I think because I handed the guard the evidence, so he dealt with it. But this time I handed all of the evidence to Eldith, and then it skips to the upper room, and then you have to fight more doppelgangers without the help of the guards, as far as I'm aware, or whatever. There's probably about 1 million different ways to actually do this quest, but yeah. Big old banquet hall, which is where the final battle is for the doppelgangers. It's a good thing we actually got our amulet recharged, because it's another reason why I wanted to do it, because I did know I was going to be doing this quest when I did do the planning and the playthrough. So, and I knew that there was going to be a lot of doppelgangers in this area anyway. So here I can't break open the lock. So thank God I had a frost giant potion, so it means I didn't have to waste one of my big potions of like cloud giant or storm giant or whatever the ones I've got. So yeah, I opened it, handed in all the evidence, and yeah, it skips to this bit, and then you see all of these guys are all about to turn into face-ripping, monster-eating, horrible skinny dudes who look like death incarnate. But yeah, they're no match for us at all because of our special amulet that we've got attached to our neck. I guess that's how you wear amulets. But yeah, you see there is a lot of them. I also had to be careful not to hit, well yeah, just not to hit them. So I had to like sort of aim away from, to make sure I don't hit the guard, don't hit Baldur. Don't know if I hit the guard or not, I don't know. But yeah, and then I just started beating them down. They all got a bit low because of that fire blast. And yeah, one by one they fall into big chunks of meat. I absolutely love being like a fighting character just to see, you know, the good old critical hits happen. It's good fun. Just seeing them just turn into mush. It does make you feel powerful. And to be fair, we do hit really hard. And also we've got a decent roll because of our well, at the moment, mastery in quarterstaffs. But yeah.
Yes. What do you need?
I just thought I'd speak to the guard again just to see what he says. He just says thank you. But yeah, we get given
with caution
a good sword for our reward, and the sword is Kondar. Basically, it just helps against shapeshifters, which if I was a longsword wielder, then it would be very useful in the end of the game. Well, throughout the game, because most of the enemies that we fight throughout from the here on is doppelgangers. So basically, Candlekeep and even the bit after that, yeah, it's good to use for that stuff. So obviously, if you've got like basically for me, like if Minsk normally, or even just using Khalid, I typically build Minsk as like a two weapon wielding sword maniac. So I just basically make him long swords and scimitars. But yeah, I give it to Minsk normally, or Khalid, because they're the best candidates to use. Khalid, if he wasn't so scared all the time when he gets low on health, he would actually be a decent character. But then you can get like an item that makes him not afraid, or whatever. I can't remember what the item is. It's like a helmet, I believe. But basically means that you just are immune to fear. But yeah, so yeah, it's just finally sorted that out, and then again we picked up the next quest for Scar to do, which is to do with the sewers. But before that, just doing some shopping, buying all these bloody potions, because potions are life in this game, especially when you get to the Saravok boss battle. To be fair, I don't think I really use potions at all, other than for like those major events. I might use them for, oh yeah, to be fair, yes, there is one point later on in Candlekeep where I do use a potion. But that's about it, I think, as far as I'm aware. Also brought a load of scrolls just in case, because I've got so much money as it is. And you see that I've spent 30k and it's not even made a dent in my wallet, because I've still got 55,000 gold left over. And that, my friends, is the glorious part about doing not a speed run, but doing a solo run, because you just have all of the gold in the world that you really need. So here I just buy every single scroll, so I have basically infinite protection from everything, bar melee damage. But then that being said, the big boss of this game does melee damage, so yeah.
Yes.
But then, to be honest, again, you only need to burst him down. So with Saravok's battle, you just need to like hit him, and as soon as he falls dead, that's it, game over. But yeah, you don't need to worry about the other two. You can kill them, the other two, by all means if you want to, but you don't need to. But yeah, we come into the sewers, kill the Ogre Mage, find out that he's been using carrion crawlers to kill people. Don't know why I picked up the dead body, but I just, you know, I guess loot lust. We pick up another potion. The potion of magic protection, I believe it is. Very useful. and then we pick up an oil. I think that's the oil that like gives you rage or whatever.
Again,
and then we end up getting ambushed by more carrion crawlers, which is super annoying. But yeah. Let's let play on out now, because at this point in time it's kind of just a self-explanatory thing. Just sorcerer sundries, identify, sell, you know, the old doing the same thing over and over again. And then we go off to turn in the quest in. Obviously we didn't sell Sashin Star's ring. Funny story as well, I don't know if you realised, but Sashin Star's ring, the guy that we spoke to, not only in the woods but also in Baldur's Gate in this area, his name was Alder Sashin Star.
Yes.
So I just put 2 and 2 together. So whoever died must have been a relative of his. Maybe a friend, brother, I don't know.
Think I am a
well, it wouldn't be a
man
friend,
of
it
my
would be
word.
someone who's related, obviously. But yeah. Anyway, for the moment, we're doing this, like, you know. I want to know what you guys think of Siege of Dragonspear. So, at the end of the day, if you've...
I've no interest in
it's quite a controversial game, I guess. Doesn't it's not exactly the same as what Baldur's Gate is, but I like it. A lot of people seem to be half and half with the game.
With caution.
I don't tend to dislike things overly too much, but I see on Reddit a lot of people just tend to rip into the game completely.
Yes.
But yeah. One of the things I completely forgot to do is if you come to the Mage Tower in this area, you actually can pick up the other tome that we need, and I believe this is the tome of intelligence. So yeah, very important item to pick up. Basically, to be honest, now that we've got 19 intelligence, I'm going to be pretty happy with that, especially when I have to fight the Mind Flayers in Baldur's Gate 2. Those Mind Flayers are honestly pretty scary, because your intelligence becomes like a second health pool, and it's considerably a lot lower than your health, which is probably what makes Mind Flayers so scary. As well, when you're playing like Baldur's Gate, you tend to want to have on every character you want to have your intelligence about 11.
With caution.
Just because of the Mind Flayers.
Yes.
Also, I come back. I know he's a mage, so I kind of wanted to get ready for that, just in case.
Yes.
I didn't want to risk getting one shot by charm person, hold person, whatever. So I end up just resting here, just so I can then berserk and go ham on his ass.
Tonight you...
So checking my powers here, I wanted to check what I got. It was slow poison, so I'm pretty bummed out about that, because I was expecting to get Draw Upon the Holy Might, which is, in my opinion, like the best Baal power that you can get. So yeah. Here I didn't even need to use Berserk. I didn't even use it. I went to rest just so I can use it, and I didn't need to, because he died in 2 hits. He was the weakest mage I think I've ever fought in my life. Yeah, it's quite funny. But yeah, it's ironic, really. You do something to, you know, prepare, and then you don't actually need to prepare because you're already overpowered anyway. Yes. So yeah, now pick up the tome. Wanted to see what was in that locked cabinet thing anyway. So yeah, going back downstairs, go and get it identified. And then we basically progress with the Iron Throne, and that will be the start of the end. Finally, we actually get into the end of the game. So again, you know, same story as last. Identify everything, and then yeah, sell the stuff that I don't need. Guards +2 ring is the next, you know, big item that we needed. So we keep it. We use it to replace the +1 ring, and then we're pretty much stacked. We've got all of the best items in the game. Well, not the best items in the game per se, because we don't have the Cloak of Balduran, which is really good. Basically, I think it's +1 armor rating or whatever, and then +1 saving throws. or something like that. But yeah,
With caution.
Cool. Right, I think I might just leave it off and leave the end, leave the rest of the video running, just while you see me through the doing the Iron Throne.
No time.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I'll just let it go. So thanks for watching, guys, and as you're watching the rest of it, you know, I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, if you are liking the series, please like and obviously contemplate subscribing if you want to see more. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye.
Yes.
I should have joined the army.
With caution. Yes.
What you want? What you want?
Yes.
Hello. I don't want any trouble.
Think carefully. Yes. 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 With caution. Think carefully. Yes. Think carefully. Think carefully. Yes. Yes. With caution. Think carefully.
I serve
Think
the flaming
carefully.
fist.
With caution. Think carefully. Yes.
I serve the flaming fist.
Hey guys, welcome back to what is the last and final part of Baldur's Gate 1 before we you know, transfer into Siege of Dragonspear and then eventually Shadow of Arm, and then yeah, that's when the fun begins. As who is it who says that? I can't remember. Anyway, so obviously we last episode we left off Iron Throne, dealing with that stuff. We've got all of the documents that state we need to go to Candlekeep, so that's where we're heading off to. And here we are in Candlekeep, and we're just doing this bit now. I'm just gonna make sure that the volume is not picking up from the game. If it is, that's crap. Oops. Yep. That's bad. Anyway, so coming to Candlekeep, the only reason I go up to the inn was because I wanted to talk to this guy, Winthrop. Just because I liked his character, he was funny, and I just wanted to see if he had any extra dialogue. Because, bearing in mind, every time I've played this game, I've just gone straight into the Candlekeep bit and just bypassed talking to everyone. This time, I actually went and spoke to Winthrop just to see what happened, but yeah. One thing as well, obviously we're doing at the moment, is I'm trying to get myself ready for Siege of Dragonspear, because that game, obviously, it's going to be a lot of fun, but obviously I have no money, so I need to make sure I have enough gear for actually going through SOD, i.e. potions and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I reckon we're at this level now where I'm literally about to breeze through. This episode, obviously from this point now to the end of the game, it's going to be about half an hour, and then that's it. We're moving on to SOD, which I will be recording tonight, and that should be no more than maybe, I don't know, maybe about 4 or 5 different parts of the game. I don't know, I don't really know how long Siege of Dragonspear actually is. As far as I'm aware, just off the top of my head, I've never soloed SOD. Oh no, I've soloed it once. Kind of. I soloed it, and then eventually I just started bringing Dawn with me, so I didn't really solo it. I just did it solo. I just took Dawn with me for the just the fun of it, I guess. But yeah. So we're in Candlekeep. We're actually in the interior this time. So for you guys who've never been playing this game, this is what it looks like inside, because we weren't allowed in last when we were right at the start of the game, I guess. God, that feels like so long ago that I'd done the first episode of this. But thank God it's you know, people are actually wanting to watch it. It's good to know that people are out there wanting to see solo runs of characters, and if I'm helping in any way, shape or form, teach you the ways of Baldur's Gate, even though I'm probably the worst teacher. But yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, I couldn't equip the ring. I knew it, obviously everyone and their mum knows that's Saravok, but I mean, I didn't the first time I played through the game, in all fairness, but yeah. He gives you this ring of protection. I assume it's cursed, but I don't know. I don't think it is, but yeah, I've never used it before, because we had the guards +2 ring, so we don't need to use it, which is, yeah, it's alright. But yeah, so I leave Candlekeep because, you know, triggering the well, the script. You could kill them if you want to, but I didn't. Just, I don't know, playing a good guy, I guess. Even though if you kill them, you get some decent experience, you get some good loot, I think. Yeah, I can't remember, because last time I did a solo run I did kill them, because I was playing a solo Blackguard, not recording it, even though that might be an interesting thing to solo. But yeah, to be fair, the classes I recommend that you solo are obviously this one, because this is the by far easy mode. Kensai Mage, if you're skilled at the game, do it, and then yeah, probably the other one will be Cavalier for easy mode. So here, this is what we prepared for. I brought all of these scrolls for this point right here. So casting the resist magic, and then just for YOLO, I cast the protection from undead. because there is like some ghasts and stuff up here. Just do that. And this is probably one of the most pivotal points in the game, because this is where you find the strength tome and the wisdom tome. So here, obviously I'm killing off these ghasts. There's 650 pieces a pop. They don't attack back because you protection from undead. So yeah, I just do that. I don't think I actually do. No, I don't kill them. There's not really much point, but 650 XP per pop, it's decent. So do it if you're still like low on XP. I'm not by any means. Can't remember what level I am, but I'm a high level, at least for this game. But yeah. So yeah, one of the things I knew what was coming, so I took a potion of freedom out because I know there's web traps. One of the things I should have got really as well was the poison, like anything that resist poison, but I realised I have my elixir of health on my hotbar anyway, so wouldn't have really mattered if I did get poisoned. Oh, there you go. So I'm level, I completely forgot, 10 I think it is, or 9, I don't know. But yeah, so the reason you cast the protection from magic is because the awful amount of traps that are in this place, and one wrong step and you could die. But yeah, so also because I don't have a thief with me, I can't open this thing. So you have to have a strength like 24 or higher. So I drink the potion and I open it, and then I finally get my strength tome. So that'd be me with 19 strength going into SOD. And to be fair, we're going to have a fantastic start on Shadow of Arm, and in all fairness, hand on heart, Shadow of Arm is by far a much better game than this. Not saying Baldur's Gate 1 is by any means a bad game. I love this game. In a way, because of the way I play, and because of how quickly I get through Baldur's Gate 1, kind of feels just like one game to me. Shadow of Arm is a lot longer, which you'll notice by the amount of, episodes I'm going to be doing on it. Like, this is episode 7 for Baldur's Gate 1, and I've already completed the game. I think I'm going to be like, I don't know, episode 30, maybe, or something like that, by the time I finish, I don't know, I'd say episode 25, by the time I finish Shadow of Arm, and then go into Throne of Baal. But then that being said, I'm also doing Siege of Dragonspear, so that's probably going to be an extra, like, maybe 4-5 episodes. Who knows? We'll find out when we get there. I'm not very good at planning ahead. I'm not really good at doing anything else. But yeah, we'll get there. Right now, all I'm doing is just trying to steamroll my way through. We've got our protection from magic, protection from undead, hence why the skeletons didn't attack us as well. And then we just get attacked by these doppelganger things, and yeah. It's not really much to talk about from here on out, up until maybe later on with Sarevok, but it's kind of just a generic, we have a big massive stick, need to whack the, big bad nasty doppelgangers, and that will do our work for us. To be fair, the doppelgangers sometimes drop some good loot, like I did notice that one guy dropped a diamond. I was like, oh. Mind you, again, I don't really need any money. I'm so rich. The amount of money I've got, I'm probably richer than Entar Silvershield, the richest NPC in this game. But yeah, I'm probably by far the richest person in Baldur's Gate. Like, that, just from selling everything that I don't need. And that is, as I've said many a time, the good thing about not having a party. So I make a massive mistake in this one. I figured that my protection from magic would save me a lot, which I thought it would. But the one thing I failed to take into consideration is archers, ranged units, and I get myself wrecked quite badly. But I do obviously remember that I do have a potion of invulnerability, so I start taking that. I was going to say, if I sat there and drank a potion of, I don't know, whatever, potion of magic protection, I was going to shoot myself. like,
Think
because
carefully.
that I've got the protection from magic spell. I've done that before. I've done that plenty of times before. I've cast a protection from magic scroll and then proceeded to drink the my potions to make myself protected from magic. I'm not the smartest human being in in the daycare. I don't know. But yes, targeting down the rest of them. He's a mage. I take no magic damage, so eventually I get through super easy, beating them. And yeah, one of the things as well about this area. So obviously, other than be careful about those guys, because sometimes they can end the run. Purely based on the archers. Take out the ranged characters first. With your protection from magic, no need to worry about the main guy. It's this part. So I knew what was coming, but for some reason my brain told me that my protection from magic scroll would protect me from these guys. I didn't, so I got turned to stone, and I had to reload the save.
Think carefully.
So
Yes.
that wasn't fun. It takes a couple attempts before I figure out how to get around it. Because I thought, okay, I just need to get my saving throw saved, whatever. And I figured because of my Helm of Baldur and because of everything else, I've got a pretty high save. I swear petrification is set on death saving throws. I'm not sure. So I figured I had a decent chance, and I just got really unlucky that time. Nope, they 100% get you every time. So I had to figure out a different way of going about it. So yeah, I go through this quite a few times, a quick save there, so that way I'm not like having to go back and fight those guys all over again. But yeah, so at least I've got a quick save down properly. And here I thought a Berserk might work, but it didn't. I was trying my best not to waste any of the stuff I've got, like my potions. I was just trying to figure out what to do. But yeah, just killing these spiders off constantly. I know you've seen this about 3 times now. Won't be the last time either, because I think I fail again this time. It takes me a few runs. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I do. Oh no, yeah. Turns out I'm actually quite clever, and actually do, sort myself out this time. So the potion I drink. The reason I take this one, the magic shielding potion, is because you have a 100% chance to succeed in all saving throws. That will protect you from basilisks. So definitely do that every time you're going up against these basilisk things, because then you won't get turned to stone. So I heard the level up sound, so I believe I've got myself a level up here, which I think will be my 10th level as a fighter. I was tempted then going into level 9 as my Berserker, and then doing dual classing, but I didn't. Oh no, I'm a level 8 turning into a level 9. There we go. There we go, so I'm now a level 9. But yeah, but I figure I'm going to go, I will do what I said, and go to level 13 and do it that way. I think that's just, in my opinion, you're stronger as a level 13 Berserker. But that's, if there's statistics and numbers out there that proves me wrong, then fair enough, I'm wrong. But personally, I believe you're stronger if you're a 13 mage, and then the rest of your levels as a mage.
With caution.
So I've come to Friendly Armin purely for the case of just turning in the Tomes of Understanding and all that, just so I can use them. Turns out you can't use the cloak on top of armor, or well, on top of the ring. So I figured that out, and I'm a bit annoyed about that, just because I wanted to have the extra 2 armor rating with the extra 2 saving throws as well as with the ring, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. So I end up just sticking with what I had, but I kept the cloak just in case. Cloak's decent, but to be fair, I'm not going to be using it, so I'd probably just in the end sell it. Finally, though, we have now got the completely max stats that we can get in the game. So we've got all 3 wisdom tomes. We had the strength, the intelligence, and the charisma, and basically just all of the stat increasing tomes. So whatever you roll at the start of the game, you can plus that by like an extra 7. I think it's 7. And that's what your actual final roll will be if you play through Baldur's Gate 1. So yeah, it's decent. Is it 7 or is it 8? I can't remember. So yeah, you can have a really crap character. Like, say you rolled like an 82 or whatever, and then you end up the game with like a 91 or something like that. That's why most people who play this game in min-max don't really need to have high level stats, because you get high level stats anyway. I mean, by far, if you roll absolutely amazing stat roll, like for example I did, to be fair, I got a 91 on this character. I think it was 91, yeah. So I got a god stat, and then you're plussing that by 8. So I've got a 99 stat character. So I'm nearly 100 stat man. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I drink an invisibility potion just because there's guards there, and I don't want to have to kill them. Because if you do kill the guards who are after you, you lose reputation points. And I don't particularly feel like I want to have to pay an extra 7,000 gold on every single item in the game. But yeah, we're finally actually in Baldur's Gate again, after dealing with all of the stuff at Candlekeep. I'm making sure I quick save every now and then so I don't have to go back to dealing with those basilisks. I go to the Iron Throne building just to basically progress and get Saravok's diary, because then I can use Saravok's diary for proving that Saravok is evil, I guess. But also because, you know, it's something to do, extra experience. I always do this Iron Throne building bit, and then towards the end of going into the Iron Throne, I don't know if I did it last. I might have done it last episode. I can't remember if I did it last episode. I didn't actually commentate over it because that was right at the end of the episode. But I showed an Easter egg that basically, if you can get to right to the top of the Iron Throne building, and for any of you who have watched the starting point of Baldur's Gate, you see Saravok fighting, well, not really fighting, the guy is pathetic, but like you see Saravok killing another Bhaalspawn, and that's at the top of the Iron Throne building, and he basically throws the guy off of the edge, and yeah, throws him off the Iron Throne building, destroying the railings. If you go to the top of the building, then you can see that. If you click on the western railing, it actually says it's been repaired recently. Just a cool little Easter egg that I've personally, playing this game for years and years, I've never noticed that before, and it was only that time where I realised like you can do that. But yeah, so pick up the Diary of Saravok. If you want to read it, by all means go through, you can read some of it. I was having a bit of a gander just to see what it said, hoping it would say something about me. I believe it does, I just didn't read that bit. It says something about Gorion and Candlekeep, so yeah. Sorry, just having a bit of a quick drink. Having a bit of my Pepsi. Yeah, so I don't go to... So it was definitely in the last episode. So yeah, towards the end of it, after the whole Iron Throne business fiasco thing, yeah, you'll see the little Easter egg that I go up and show you. It's just something that's, I think, is quite cool. Just pays a bit of homage to the trailer. I guess, was it the game trailer? I don't know. I know it was just a prologue opening thing.
These are troubled times.
So this Tamako person, all I know is she's works for Saravok, but she's betraying him, telling me basically everything that's going on. That I'm apparently Saravok's brother. I'm also a Bhaalspawn, and yeah, that I should try to reason with him instead of kill him. It's basically all of that, you know, trying to be the typical good hero sort of guy. Here, I get absolutely wrecked because my stupid ass forgot to use Berserk. So I get held, and they just go to absolute town on me, so I die. Yeah, I was hoping that hold would wear off, but yeah, it doesn't, because hold in this game lasts for about 5 hours in game time, and real life actually, for that matter. So yeah, I just end up reloading the save, I think. Yeah, there you go. Just end up reloading the save. Thankfully it autosaved just before going into this area, so it wasn't too far back. I noticed from the last time that there was guards up there, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go around, so I don't have to deal with that. Talk to her again. I made sure I picked the same options as I did last time, just to avoid any, you know, sequence breaking, I guess. I don't know. So obviously going into this bit, I wanted to make sure I berserk, so I prep it now. I prep my draw upon holy strength, and then I berserk, and then I just go to absolute town on them. So draw upon holy strength boosts all of your main stats to like 22. It's a damn good spell, in all fairness, because it also gives you extra constitution, which means more health, I believe. I don't know, or just health regeneration, because anything that's, if you have constitution over 20, you have an innate constitution health regeneration ability, whatever. So yeah, so I kill this doppelganger. I finally save the good old Duke, can't remember what his name was, but yeah, I save him before. So normally, if you see a lot of speedrunners or min-maxers, they will just keep his body in the inventory, which is funny, because if you keep his body in the inventory and then you're in Siege of Dragonspear, you've technically duplicated that character. It's actually, yeah, it's weird, because you have his dead body in your backpack, and yet he's right in front of you talking to you. So I find that quite funny. It's a little exploit or weird glitch, just little glitch thing. But yeah, handed his body into the guy like the guy told you to do, get some experience from it, 2,500. Duke Elton, that was his name. And then you have to go to the big ol'... yeah, so I realise, I've done this every single time, I constantly forget that we have to go into this place first. And you have to kill those assassins, the ones who killed Entar Silvershield, which you find out about just by talking to some people. But yeah. So, because I've got so much gold, I just give him the 10 gold. First time I played through this game, I was like, no, because I was expecting him to take like half of my gold from me, like, you know, I was expecting it to be like 10,000 gold. I kited this guy away from his partner, because, so I could just deal with them one-on-one, it makes it easier. His short sword that he's got, the short sword of backstabbing, is probably the best short sword in the game. Too bad that before Siege of Dragonspear came out, too bad that you didn't actually get to use it very much, because, yeah, well, you get all your items taken away from you by the time you do Shadow of Harm. But yeah, and then she was just super easy because of our Berserk. But yeah, you can see how we basically steamroll every character now. We are just insanely powerful, just stupidly strong. But yeah, so I also forgot to pick up the invitations that you need to get into the next bit. So I go back for them, pick up the invitations, and then, yeah, I then carry on with the quest. So this bit, we then go back to the Duke's estate, castle thing, whatever it is. And yeah, and that's the bit where we find out Saravok's evil plan. And then we basically are right at the end. So yeah, this bit, I think we've only got about an extra 15 minutes left. No, not even that, about 10 minutes. So 10 minutes into the end of the video, and yeah, you see how quick the entirety of this quest is. You notice that when you get to Baldur's Gate, the game just starts to play a lot faster. I think because so in my opinion, BioWare are quite smart. They know by the time you get to Baldur's Gate, you're pretty powerful. So normally about like level 5, 6, depends on how fast you play, but yeah. One of the things as well you want to do, keep this guy alive, keep the Duke alive. If he dies, you fail the entirety of the mission, and then yeah, you have to reload. Thankfully I do so much damage, and yeah, it was really easy. And then we end up just playing chicken with this doppelganger, because he's fleeing and running away like a, yeah, but I end up getting him and turning him into goop. And then Sarevok's just standing there like an absolute badass, just doing nothing. I mean, his armor looks cool, he towers over everyone. And yeah, I tell Belt about all of Sarevok's plans, give him the diary. And yeah, Sarevok then just goes aggro and starts to kill everyone. You have to be careful with this bit, because Sarevok hits really hard. You notice that, yeah, he did like 30 or 40 odd damage to me, and that was scary. And he's like that in the final boss battle as well, but thankfully I had more time to prepare for that boss battle, lots of time for that matter, so it was very, very easy. Obviously you get teleported to track down Sarevok, and that's what we're doing now. We're just basically retracing his steps and chasing after him. Before that, I go to heal up, so basically just going down to Elfsong Tavern, and yeah, I also wanted to make sure I had the correct amount of potions, and yeah, basically ensure that I was ready for this this big, massive boss battle. So yeah, the Shadow's Blade, otherwise known as the Blade of Backstabbing, it's the best short sword in the entirety of the game if you're playing as a thief or assassin sort of style character. You know, just doing the old backstabbing stuff. It's definitely the best for that. But yeah, we wanted to make sure that I had all of the potions needed, because again, to reiterate, potions are the most important, probably one of the most, if not the most important thing about Baldur's Gate. Can be like the be all and end all of a run. Potions just are the best. It turns you into a literal god in every sense, and it means you can solo basically every single character, every enemy there is, and not have to worry about anything. Like you'll see when I get to the Sarevok boss battle, I barely break a sweat. I do retreat once just to sort of like start regenerating a bit of my health, because to be fair, with the amount of potions I take, I regenerated 6 points of health per tick, so it's like every second. So yeah, I was regenerating health really quickly. Sarevok, all he did was hit me once or twice, and I was like, oh crap, I need to, you know, back away a little bit. And then by the time I backed away, I had nearly max health again.
Think carefully.
And then, because the amount of damage I do, because of my stat choices and everything like that, it was good. That, yeah, we do damage, and we hit very frequently. And then all of the potions we had, it was, yeah, it was ideal. Which we'll see in a minute. So obviously coming through here again, I wanted to buy, or sorry, use up my last protection from magic scroll. Because there are quite a few magic traps in this area again. So be careful with traps. Obviously we're not playing as a thief character or with a thief character, so we don't have find traps, which means I need to be careful. It's a good thing that I have quite a big knowledge about Baldur's Gate, because I know where the traps are. I don't know exactly where they are, but I know in which areas I need to do this and do that. So yeah, I end up just doing that, fighting these. Basically, these, I thought they were battle horrors. They're not, they're called Doom Guards. They look so cool with their swords. I don't know. But yeah. Just make sure in certain areas that you cast in the correct spells, i.e. with what I'm doing, magic protection. It's Shadow of Arm. As much as I love that game, it's so big, there's so much to remember. I don't actually know everything about the game. So I'm going to probably struggle a little bit, because I think Shadow of Arm's actually, in terms of playing the game, probably my least played, even though it's my favourite. Because the game is so big, I tend to just play a character, play it to the end, and then I guess that's it. Whereas with Baldur's Gate, because the game is so quick and so easy and so just rapid, I can make millions and millions of different characters, play through all of them. In a way, it's like my little playground. It's very good to test characters and test builds, but yeah. And this is what I figured out works best for me, because I like staffs. I could have, you know, everyone's who's my friends who play this game, they always say go for halberds, because halberds are the best weapon of, like, in Throne of Baal. But my way of playing the game is I want to be good throughout the games, so like I don't want to struggle in, say, because obviously in this game, the first one, that there's not really many good weapons. You can get some really good daggers, really good short swords, some really good, I think, well, obviously what I've got, quarterstaffs, and that's about it. Maybe, you know, an axe here and there, a long sword, whatever, but everything else is just crap. The best katana in the first one is a +1 katana, so it's not really good. But yeah, I like to be good throughout the game, so I like to have the best weapon in Baldur's Gate 1, then the best possible weapons in Shadow of Arm and Throne of Baal, which for me works out to be Staff of Rin through Shadow of Arm, eventually into Staff of the Ram. And that's just the way it was, how I came up with it in logic. But yeah, so normally you have to fight that person, Tomoko, but if you say that you're going to basically be the opposite of what you are, so saying I'm not a murderer, I'm not, you know, here to kill people, she starts to just contemplate her life choices and says, okay, I won't kill you, or I won't attack you. And this is the part where I start to chug like I'm a university student again. Basically all of these potions, getting ready for the final boss battle. And to be honest, it was a breeze. It was really easy. And you can see I didn't even use a lot of the potions anyway. A lot of the potions I kept. But yeah, so again, top tip, drink the blue potion of magic protection first, because if you drink any of the potions and then you drink that one, it will dispel the effects of all the other potions and effects. So make sure you drink that one first and then drink the other ones. But yeah. But at this point in time, I can't really be hit very easily, and I have quite a good resistance to quite a lot of damage. I've still got my magic protection scroll set up, so I mean, you know, as I said earlier, I have my magic protection scroll set up, but I still drank my magic protection potions, so it kind of wasted them. But you know, it doesn't matter. So as well, you want to be careful with that center symbol, the symbol of Baal, because a lot of the tiers on that icon are trapped. But yeah, so yeah, I just rush in. I start to see I was losing health right there, and I was like, okay, right. Then I start regenerating health, and then eventually, there you go, end. It was very anticlimactic. If not gonna lie, you're expecting this massive, great boss battle, but yeah. Here lies Saravok, and yeah, I think that's it. So all I gotta say is, while this is running, this epic final cutscene cinematic, thank you so much for watching the first part, like, of the series, I guess. And if you've liked it, please consider liking. If you've watched all of the episodes of the series, thank you so much for supporting me. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And yeah, thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next time in Siege of Dragonspear. Peace out. Goodbye.